Hello?
Hello?
Yo.
Yo, what's up?
Yeah, we're just talking about fucking cartoons.
Can you fix your background? I hear a lot of static in the background.
Yeah, I'm working on it. Continue.
Okay.
Let me know if it gets better.
Okay. And it just really frustrates me because they think we're idiots. They think that...
Wait a minute. What are we talking about here? I just heard cartoons and you guys
laughing.
because there's
we're talking about Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes right now. Which is a cartoon that actually dealt with comic book plots that actually got really adept into the storyline, and they're canceling it.
It's already canceled.
Well, yeah, okay. It has been canceled for another show that's probably going to be like amazing. That's probably going to be or two. Hello?
Hello. Oh, sorry. I was just helping with my mate.
Because half the people here don't know what we're talking about anymore. Do you want to restart this podcast and do the topic that we were originally going to do it on?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, something that I know about. Because I haven't seen Mightiest Heroes.
Yeah.
It's a good show. It's a really good show.
How about something more DC-ish?
We're going to be talking about the main topic will be Avengers, too.
Oh, Avengers, okay. Well then, why not the movie?
That's what it's about, Avengers 2. We're going to start it right now. We're going to start it right now. Just give me a minute to do introductions, okay?
Alright.
Well, what's the topic? Avengers 2?
Yeah.
Avengers 2, we're going to talk about everything.
It's Marvel Phase 2. That's the actual official. Marvel Phase 2.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Okay, alright.
Okay.
How long is it going to be? I don't know if I can hear you.
Now, for everybody here that's not familiar with this, let us get the intro done. I don't... So until after we introduce you, please don't speak. I'm not trying to be rude. Just okay. Going now. Hello, this is Goku for someone.
And what pisses me off 710?
Ultimate Dragon Ball 1.
And Cubby Bear, a.k.a. Cub.
And this is SSJCJB 1992. And
we're here to... Oh, last...
Or not. Either way.
Oh yeah, introduce your channel, sorry.
Oh, you did. Don't worry about it.
Okay, and we're here to talk about Marvel Phase 2. If somebody wants to jump in here and pick a movie and start talking about
Iron Man 3, what do you guys think?
Okay, I got a lot of shit to say on this movie. This movie is going to be my #1 movie of the year, of next year. Because I've been with this character practically my whole life, and I'm super happy that the Mandarin is going to be in it. And I really hope they don't fuck him up, because if they do, I'm very not going to be too pleased.
Yeah, they're going to change the suit, apparently.
No, they don't. They don't
like
change.
Peanut butter at first when I first saw it. Yeah.
My concern about this movie was things that I heard before the movie was coming out. The director actually went on record saying that he wanted this to be more in line with soldiers. He didn't want supervillains, and everything we've seen of a Mandarin is powerless. I'm hoping they don't reimagine the Mandarin into just a soldier that has no superpowers, because...
Well, I think the rings are going to play something.
Yeah, I really hope that becomes, because that's his trademark. He has the rings, that's his trademark. If they change that up, that's not the Mandarin. And fans are going to be they're going to have a lot of bad feedback. Personally, for me, I really feel that if they fuck up Mandarin, that's going to be a massive problem for me. Which I really hope they use the rings. That's all I want to see. Him using the rings.
Just a quick comment, because I represent the people who know the least about this particular movie. Obviously, I've seen the trailer many times. I just want to say it looks very inspired. Cough, cough, Nolan. But no,
I agree.
It does. It looks great. It looks great. I do have a question. It looks great. I did want to know if there going to be some type of conflict with the whole situation from Iron Man 1, where that Al Qaeda Taliban group was called the Ten Rings. That's the part one of the question for the audience interested. And part two of the question is, would you guys agree the one thing this movie can go without? Two things from Iron Man 2. One, the dancing around and the silliness, and two,
oh yeah.
What's the chick's name? Pepper Pot. Pepper Pot's constant witching to Tony. Okay, that concludes.
She's probably gonna die in this movie.
No, I know a spoiler about this movie that I don't know if you guys want to hear about Pepper Pot.
Go for it. I want to hear it. I want to hear it.
Everybody has to say okay before I'll even dip into it.
Go for it. I want to hear it.
No, I'm just playing. Go. Why not? I mean, wait. I would say this: if she dies and you know it, well, I was gonna say don't say it, but then if you die, you're gonna know.
No. It's not about her dying. It's actually quite opposite. Okay. A toy was leaked of Rescue from the movie, which is her Iron Man armor.
They have talked about putting Rescue in Iron Man 2, but it's a very, very good chance that we might see her.
No, it's basically written in stone because there was a toy of Rescue, an action figure, not HeroClix, action figure of Rescue, that was related to Iron Man 3.
The Iron 3 toy line?
Yeah, right. meaning that either they have this toy that has no relation to the movie and it's the dumbest thing ever.
Oh well, they released comic book. It's probably one of the comic book lines, probably, because
Does she have? Didn't mean to interrupt. Does she have a combative training or anything, or is she going to be like Schumacher's Barbara Gordon? All of a sudden, once she's this preppy schoolgirl, then all of a sudden she's a ninja when she puts on the.
No, I think she'll have some training.
Is she combative?
Well, I mean, she doesn't have any training from what I know about her, but the idea is Iron Man
is going to be an Iron Man girl.
But the idea of the Iron Man outfit is that Tony Stark is not trained at all. Well, let's use him as an example. Tony Stark is an ordinary person, a genius, can invent things, but he's
not Captain America training like that's comic stuff.
Later on, but I'm just talking about the movies right now. In the movies, he's not a Batman. Outside of that suit, yeah, he is a genius. He can figure out problems. But if he was to go up against a bad guy, an actual superpowered bad guy out of that suit, he'd die.
But see, that's the whole thing they're trying to show with this movie. The whole what we thought they were going to delve into in Iron Man 2 is that is Tony the suit, or does the suit make him, or does he make himself? But the whole insult in Avengers, since you gentlemen mentioned it, where Captain America, where Stark is like else, Cap. The only everything special about you is in a bottle. Well, I mean, you could just as easily say everything special about him is in the Iron Man suitcase. No pun intended in Iron Man 2, but my response simply that would be, since he's so smart, he knows anatomy, he knows the human body. I'm sure he's thrown a punch or two in his life. So I think it's more of an experience factor. Because I mean, he's not some shrimpy like Bill Bixby scientist guy. I mean, I think he's been around the military. I think it's just more of a thing, touch and go. Like I've always looked at it. Even, and I'm talking about the movies too. I think it's just like more of an experience thing over time. And I mean, he's probably had some even within the scope of the film. I would assume he's had some type of training from S.H.I.E.L.D. I mean, he was at their complex all that time. But that's just my little 2 cents.
He might, but I'm just saying. The only thing I was mentioning is that giving Pepper Potts the armor doesn't mean that it's like Batgirl. No, this armor will enhance her abilities, making her be able to do something.
A secretary in an armored suit is a secretary in an armored suit. But I mean, that's just my argument.
Yeah, but let me ask you something. If I took a secretary and put her in a tank, could she go to... she probably
wouldn't be able to move hard. Well, I don't want to be the only one disagreeing on. Please, you make.
No, I agree. I think it'll be dumb. I think it'll be dumb.
I mean, the idea is that she will have to have training for the suit. I'll give you that. If I put Joe Schmo in a tank, he'll probably not know how to move the sucker, let alone actually do anything with it. But
oh, by the way, quick question. Hey, Goku, do you gentlemen know? Because I heard. You remember when this? I hope this doesn't go down to spoiler territory. But when the guy in the suit, or whatever, saves Tony from the bed or goes to the bed, is that just a suit, or is it someone in the suit?
Nothing's been confirmed from what I know.
Okay, so continue. I didn't mean to want to get you off point.
I'm just saying she'll probably get some training, like Tony Stark will probably be like, this is how this works, this is how you do things, but I don't think she'll be like, I don't think she'll have martial arts training or anything like that.
But she seems like the damsel in distress in this movie. Like,
and I think that's the reason she's going to get a suit is because she's the damsel in distress.
Okay.
So you give the damsel in distress a nuclear weapon, not so much a damsel in distress anymore. Now, obviously, that's not a nuclear weapon, but you get the idea. Like you give somebody.
I respectfully think it's dumb, but I mean, there's
no. Let me give you another thing. You take a damsel in distress. You give her a gun. You teach her how to use a gun. Well, now if somebody tries to attack her in a back alley, she'll be able to defend herself.
If I was within 4 feet of a damsel in distress with a 6 or a 45, I guarantee I would have that gun within moments.
Dude, if she's fighting in Avengers as the team, as part of the team, I'm gonna be pissed off.
We'll have to wait and see what they do with it. I don't think she will, but I do think that Falcon is going to be part of the team.
Oh yeah, I don't care about that. I just don't want to see fucking Pepper Potts involved with the Avengers. It'll be dumb.
What about Spiderman?
Amen.
Well, let's be fair. Do you remember all those scenes with Rhodey or War Machine in the Avengers?
What about it?
What I'm taking is that we've already had another character in an armored suit.
Oh, come on, that's a terrible example. He's from the Air Force. He had minor special ops training, if not...
No, that's not what I'm talking about. You guys missed the entire point.
What is the entire point?
The entire point was you were saying, I don't want her fighting alongside of the Avengers. And I already said that we've already had an armored suit character in one of these films before the Avengers came out, and he was not...
I didn't have a problem with him, because he looked, I don't know, he was just a character that had it for some reason. I guess in the comics they had that Pepper Potts chick become an Iron Man, whatever.
I'm just saying that based on what we've seen, they're not sprinkling these characters, side characters, into the movie unless they fit in the movie. That was the whole War Machine thing I was saying, is that War Machine's not in the Avengers, but he was Iron Man 2. So I don't think that's
well, let me just say this, because I think this argument's expired, but Goku, I love you to death, but at what point does you convince us in our opinion and right to it begin? That's my last statement on it.
I'm just saying that we have evidence we have evidence to look at this, and the evidence is showing that they've already introduced another armored character, and they didn't put them in the Avengers because they didn't fit. And so, if Rescue is in Iron Man 3, I think we can look at Iron Man 2 and then Avengers, and then look at Iron Man 3 and then Avengers 2 as an example of what they plan to do. That's all I'm saying. I could be completely wrong, but there is precedent for them not just sprinkling characters unnecessarily. That's all I'm saying.
Can I say something?
Please.
Go ahead.
Alright. Personally, for me, in what should be in Avengers 2, I don't want the Falcon to be in it, because honestly, I'm going to talk about a little bit of the Avengers, please. If you don't mind me talking about the Avengers, that's fine. Personally, for me, I think War Machine should be in it. And that's just...
War Machine was just used as an example. Nothing against War Machine. I just used War Machine as an example for the fact that he's a current example. I don't mind him being in the Avengers movies. It was just an example that existed. That's the only reason I did that.
Yeah. Not seriously. He needs Terrence Howard. Isn't that the guy's name Terrence Howard? Like, I hated the second Roddy. Just a small point.
I didn't. I think the second one is a far better comic book movie than the first one.
Me too. I agree with you, Goku. I think that the new Roddy, he did very good as War Machine. He didn't do much on Roddy, but that's for the sequel.
Well, question, will you guys at least give me this? It was very distracting, the contrast. I mean, this is the definition of all black guys don't look alike. By the way, I'm black. Between the first Roddy and the second one, will you at least give me that it was very distracting? Maybe you guys
I'll give you that they shouldn't have recasted, but...
He wanted more money. Okay, you want to know the truth? He wanted more money. Tony Scott...
Question: is it just me? I mean, maybe it's just me, but I thought it was very distracting. They don't look remotely alike. It's not like Keaton and Kilmer, where. Well, that's not a good example.
Well, let me tell you another thing that kind of bugs me, simply for recasting only, is I love the actor who played Hulk. And I think he was probably the best actor to ever play.
I agree.
Oh, absolutely.
I agree.
But I'm mad that they recasted, even though I like him better.
I'm not mad because I heard that guy was a real diva on the set of Incredible Hulk, like acting like his shit don't stink and all this stuff.
No, I understand that, but the point is that it confuses the audience, and it makes it harder to get into a movie when you're like, oh, I just saw that Hulk movie the other day, and now, why is he Bruce Banner? Is this a continuity? Like, I've actually had people ask me, is Incredible Hulk in the same continuity as Avengers? And I'm like,
it sort of is, yeah.
No, it is.
They show some footage, yeah.
Besides, remember he said, I can confirm it right now with facts. He said, last time I was in New York, I broke Harlem. So, boom. There you have it.
The even bigger one is the fact that I want to say, and I want to say Thor, there's a mini movie, actually linking things together, and actually explaining that, you know that scene in the bar, after the credits scene in the bar?
Yeah.
Well, that's actually explained in detail in, I believe, the Thor deleted scenes. You have to have it on Blu-ray. It's not on the DVD version.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can find it.
You said Marvel Phase 2. Would I be all out of place in Raven Wolverine, or do we have further go with this?
Did you say Wolverine?
Yeah, the Wolverine movie.
It is Marvel Phase 2.
Phase 2.
It's gonna be cool though, that movie, The Wolverine.
Yeah, I can't wait for that movie.
I heard Hulk's going to be in Iron Man 3.
No.
Probably just Bruce Banner if that happens, though. I don't think he's...
Speaking of which, do you guys agree with the argument? I mean, to me, it's neither positive nor negative. It's neutral, but that, in a way, Iron Man 3 is Avengers 2.0 or 1.5?
Yeah.
Like that.
That's funny.
If you're saying the Hulk, what if you said the Hulk's going to be in it? I think that would be...
Well, the rumor of that came from, and I don't know if we've heard anything confirmed, is the fact that Bruce Banner was in the car when they were driving away, and that's what that whole rumor stands from.
Yeah. He might show up.
And then somebody goes in the joke that
I like that they connect.
They drove away to the airport so Bruce Banner could go where he's going.
But I love that Marvel does that. I love that people clown on this, but I love they connect their universe. It's something that we don't see at all in DC. I mean, I eat it up. I mean, I don't see why anybody would ever complain about it. I remember Captain America was a movie that the arguments first started that, it's just to launch Avengers and it doesn't stand on its own 2 feet. And the only second part to that, I'll say, the year that Thor and Green Lantern came out, I thought Green Lantern was going to be DC's piece of crap and Marvel was going to... Thor was going to be Marvel's piece of crap for the year. I was right on one. Thor surprised the heck out of me. I didn't even go see it in theaters because I thought it was going to be Marvel's Green Lantern. that movie really surprised me. I never thought I would like anything Thor.
The
anyway,
Captain America thing, the only reason the Captain America
thing is a
thing,
great movie.
the
Very
Captain,
entertaining.
boo. The Captain America thing kind of, the only reason why it bugs me is the fact that he only got frozen at the end and was thawed out because they knew they were making an Avengers movie. I guarantee you...
Did I get kicked out for the Thor comment?
What? I guarantee you they probably would have done a trilogy in World War II if they hadn't been making the
Mark, do you think Red Skull was a good villain in Captain America?
Yes. I have no initial problems with that movie, other than the fact that there are things that weren't properly introduced.
Hello?
That's my biggest problem. Yes.
No.
If you guys can hear me, I'm apparently losing you, so I guess try one more time, and if not, and I guess
I can hear you.
Okay, as I was saying, do you think Captain America was a better character in Avengers than in his original solo film?
Hello?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Hello?
We can hear you, bub.
Can you guys hear me? Because I can't hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you.
We can hear you.
Yeah, as I was saying, Mark, do you think Captain America was better?
Hello? Hello?
It depends.
Hello?
Like, can you hear us?
Can you hear us?
I don't know.
I think we lost him.
Why can't I hear you guys? My volume's up.
Connection. And back to you were saying?
I was saying, like, Captain America, do you think he was a better character in Avengers? In a way.
Hello?
Oh, what the hell?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me, Cubby?
Hello?
Yeah, you absolutely can't hear him.
Guys, it
Probably.
doesn't look like this is going to work.
Back to you were saying. Here we go. Alright, alright.
Hello?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you can't hear.
There you go. I think he has that Skype thing. Hang up.
Hey, call again. I'm going to try it on my computer.
Alright.
Yes.
Alright. Alright.
Okay, let's...
Okay, we was on the subject of Captain America, wasn't we? Do you think that Captain America was a better character in Avengers than he was in his solo film?
It depends on what you're looking for. They built his character very, very well in Captain America. The best thing I actually like about Captain America's movie is the fact that in most storytelling, it's kind of weird that I'm talking about storytelling when the person that's going to be the published writer of the group is not here right now. But in storytelling, you use this idea. Basically you have this idea that a character has to have a moment of change, and in Captain America has no moment to change, but the world around him changes, and that's
because it was modern day.
yeah. Well, no, it's not that. That's not what I'm referring to. I'm referring to the main character has a moment of change where they have to make a decision if they're going to change or if they're going to stay the same. A good example is, have you guys all played the video game Arkham Asylum?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, at the very end of that game, Batman can stop being Batman and go on. That's his moment to change. Does he want to continue doing this? And he chooses to not change. He chooses to continue this gruddy, not really attractive thing that he's doing, ultimately. And in Captain America, he doesn't change. The world around him, meaning that all his other characters do change. They evolve, they change. And they become better people because of Captain America.
Yeah. I loved his up-to-date costume when I watched it in 3D. It was just, his costume was really, really good. Did you like it, John? His up-to-date suit.
Who? Yeah, who?
Captain America.
Oh, yeah, it looks better, yeah. I like it better than, yeah, it looks better.
I like the fact that they use the traditional outfit in the movie.
Oh, yeah. It looked ridiculous.
It looked awesome.
But yeah. But I mean, Captain America was an effective movie.
You had that suit in Avengers, would you care?
I wouldn't. I would love to see that because that's his trademark.
Yeah.
Would you mind? Mark?
I don't know. I think the suit is dated because that was the point of the suit in the movie. Yet again, the one they made was even more dated because that was the point of the suit. They made it look dated. So if they had made one that looked better, I'd love it.
Yeah. I really loved Hawkeye as well. Hawkeye was awesome.
They modernized him. He was okay, but they could do it.
Hello?
Hello?
Hello, I'm still here.
Okay. I like Hawkeye in the movie.
Yeah.
And now we're down to 4.
It's like we're getting killed off one by one.
Good thing I'm the main character.
No.
That's it. I'm the Sidney Crosscut.
You're a supporting character. You're the Robin of the...
No, I'm the Sidney of our podcast.
And Chris is the Batgirl.
No. I'm Nightwing. I'm all grown up.
Okay, I'm trying to use horror themes here, and you guys are using Batman. Because I'm the Sidney here.
Sidney Prescott?
Yeah.
You're the chick of the group? I don't get it.
No, the main character. Yeah, I'm also the chick, but hey.
Okay, the male version of Sidney.
But let's be fair, okay?
I'm the Michael Myers of the group, so...
I'm the most feminine. I'm the most feminine of the group. I'm not...
Did you want to know? Are we doing this now?
Yeah, let's continue. I'm still...
Yeah, I was talking about Hawkeye.
Yeah, I like Hawkeye.
So, like, his suit, I don't know, he wasn't used enough, though, in the movie.
I don't know. I mean, the idea is that he was used effectively for what they were doing, because the idea is that you have 8 billion characters.
He was bitching and complaining that his character wasn't done right.
I don't know. I mean, I liked how they did it. They modernized him, but they modernized him using the Ultimate version, because I think his purple suit would not have looked perfect on screen.
Mm-hmm.
Like, obviously I think they did the characters better in this movie than they'll ever do in Justice League, because let's be honest, when they do a Justice League movie, it's going to be a Batman-Superman movie.
No, it isn't.
It's going to be a Batman and Superman movie with a couple...
Just like Avengers, how it's a Captain America Iron Man movie with somebody else.
No,
or a Hulk Iron Man movie with other characters.
It's got Hulk, Iron Man, Captain America, and Thor are all prime and have good development in this movie, and then the other 2 characters, the side characters, have plenty of screen time to show that they're not wasted. They're in there for a reason. They're not major characters, absolutely, but the point is you cannot focus on 6 characters. It can't be done.
Yeah.
You have to have...
They should just use Hal Jordan from fucking the Green Lantern movie in the Justice League movie. I mean, so what? The movie wasn't perfect, but that's good enough. They could have him in Justice League. Why not? Who cares?
They could.
It's going to be the new Deadpool.
Nah, fuck that. Play somebody else. Dude, just have him be Green Lantern in Justice League.
I'd rather him be...
And Sinestro be the bad guy, before I'm here.
I'd rather him be Deadpool for the reason of, What?
Ryan Reynolds should be Flash.
No.
He actually played Deadpool a lot better than he played, Green Lantern.
Yeah, and the little 10-minute thing that he was actually almost him.
Yes, and that was perfect.
It was alright.
It was perfect, I mean.
Not really. I mean, it wasn't like he was talking to the audience. You know, he wasn't self-aware. He was just making jokes. It was being Ryan Reynolds to me. I don't know.
No, he wasn't.
And Ryan Reynolds was born to be Deadpool. Is that such a bad?
Yeah, he was born to be Deadpool. Come on, Bob.
Nah.
He was awesome. Dude, I cannot wait for that Deadpool. And speaking of the Deadpool movie, when it's been taking so long, man, it's fucking taking too long, man. Get a little tired of it, waiting for the Deadpool movie.
Just keep him as Green Lantern, dude.
Dude, he was horrible as Green Lantern. Dude, he was not so good. How?
He was alright. I mean, he looked cool.
Yeah.
I mean, he acted alright. He wasn't a bad actor.
True,
He's not
he
gonna
was
do much in the fucking Justice League movie anyway. He's just there to show up.
I really hope they personally,
he'll have a punch a few things and do his little ring shit, and then he'll be on his way.
Personally, what pisses me off, I think they're gonna recast Green Lantern, and they're gonna pretty much cast in some other guy.
I don't think they're going to recast Hal Jordan. I think they're going to either bring in one of the other Green Lanterns, considering that there are so many.
Yeah.
I hope they don't bring in Guy Gardner. I'll just put my...
Who's that? The black guy from Justice League?
Nope.
Why don't they use him? He's cool.
I don't like the black guy that much. I don't mind Jon Stewart.
Yeah, use him.
I would rather have Kyle Rayner, but that's a discussion for another time.
Well, if they can't get him, and I mean, if they can't, I don't know. You don't think people think that's a new guy playing Hal Jordan? I think it'd be a lot more different if it was that guy.
They can I mean, the point is Kyle Rayner is I said Kyle Rayner, I did not say Hal Jordan.
How many humans are there?
Some people are stupid, and they're gonna think that's Hal Jordan.
But nothing alike. They're nothing alike in character.
Mm-hmm.
They're completely different.
Mark, how many humans are there in the Green Lantern organization, or the society, like the team in the group?
Well, I think there's one at a time because they all share the same ring. So yeah, they intermingle. Like I don't know how that works because I think they all have.
Well, in the movie, it made it look like Hal Jordan was the first person to have that ring. So I don't know.
No, he's not the first. He was the first human Green Lantern. Yes.
In the movie.
Technically, in the comics too.
Wow.
Because yes, there was one before him, but he was not part of the Corps, so he doesn't count. But yes, Hal Jordan was the first human Green Lantern, part of the Corps.
So I guess I'll just do the next guy then. Who was the next guy?
The next guy was Guy Gardner. Hell no.
Who's after him?
Jon Stewart.
Then just use him. I think if you use that other character you said, do you think they would have to reboot the whole thing? It would feel like kind of like a sequel. All they have to do is just say one line if they put Jon Stewart in the new movie is, Hal Jordan retired. Hal Jordan just stopped. He retired. He didn't want to be in Lantern anymore. And then
why would they have something different if they used my guy?
I don't know, like, wouldn't he be before him? I mean, it'd be weird. It'd be
the idea is that we're doing a movie continuity, not things are not going to be the same. You don't have to have the same order. And the second thing is, and I have never been able to confirm this. I've looked for this. I've never been able to confirm this. But there's a rumor that Jon Stewart is actually in the movie.
Yeah, I looked for it. He wasn't. I got the movie on Blu-ray. He wasn't in there.
Are you positive? There's like 100 things there.
I saw it, and he was not there. Trust me, I know. He's not there. It sucks. I was looking all over for him. It was like I was playing Where's Waldo. He wasn't even there.
Well, if he is there, which I don't know for a fact, he might. I mean, there's so many there that you know who I can tell you isn't there? Chip. Who's a fucking major character in the Green Lantern comics. Okay, is a squirrel Green Lantern so much weirder than the other fucking shit they did in that movie?
No.
Okay, then why did they have to leave Chip out? Because Chip is a major character in the Green Lantern comics. He's under the other major ones they used.
It wasn't a part of the story they would tell him, probably.
No, the point is that they could have put Chip in that gigantic frame scene with all the other Green Lanterns.
He could be. Look for him. Do you have?
He's not there. They actually went on record to say they're not going to use Chip because he's too freaking ridiculous for that movie.
What did he look like?
He's a squirrel Green Lantern. He looks like a squirrel. He's a little tiny squirrel. That has a green
Why do you give a shit if he's not in it?
Because he's my fucking favorite Green Lantern.
Oh, man. So if they made a movie with Green Lantern with that squirrel, you'd be happy?
He was in the in First Flight. He was in it, and I was fucking happy.
Does he talk?
Yes. Chip.
I can't see why they wouldn't have a squirrel Green Lantern in the movie.
I got something. If they did put...
I understand why he wasn't a main focus, because none of the other Green Lanterns weren't main focuses, but...
I guess they could have just had him standing there.
I think he should have been... A really cool idea would have been is in the training scene to have him with the other guys. Because after the fish-like guy, I forgot his name, he's the next prominent Green Lantern.
I don't see the big fucking hate about that movie anyway. It's a good movie. It's alright. I mean, it's not like...
It's not so hot. It's not a good... It's Green Lantern fans, when I'm talking to Green Lantern fans, they said...
I know a few Green Lantern fans, and they enjoyed it.
No, most Green Lantern fans enjoyed it. The problem with the movie is that it should never went back to Earth. They focused on the wrong characters. They didn't build up the characters they should have been building up. And by the end of the movie, when Sinestro gets that ring, we don't care about him. We have not cared about the character, so when he becomes evil, it's like, oh, so he's a bad guy all along.
No, I felt for him. I really liked him in the movie.
I want to say
you know that's the same guy from Kick-Ass?
Really?
Yeah, the bad guy from Kick-Ass. That's the same guy.
Damn, that's shit. I didn't even know that shit.
Like the mob guy or whatever.
You know, for me, I like the guy.
Sinestro was... Are you sure?
Yep.
I like the guy who played Sinestro, or whatever the fuck his name is.
I'll hold him in Justice League.
Fucking Sinestro, man.
He was pretty badass. He was very intimidating, very badass. I liked him. But, anywho.
I don't see why people hate that movie.
Yeah.
I don't see why people hate that movie. I don't. I thought it was fun.
Yeah, it's a good movie, man.
It was a decent fucking superhero movie. Nothing in-depth about it, just good.
Yeah, it's going to you, but I think it was a just not that great of a Green Lantern movie. But hopefully, if they're going to do a sequel, they probably will fix that problem and do the Sinestro saga.
They could have just had Sinestro be the villain in Justice League.
Well, I heard Darkseid's going to be the villain in Justice League.
First of all, that would kind of be a mistake, because I don't think he could take on the Justice League.
Or maybe and someone else.
Okay, him and an army of followers, so we have to fucking rip off...
No, I mean, like, maybe
even more.
Villain.
Oh, shit.
No, I mean, like, a villain. Like, them two team up to destroy the fucking world. There you go, you got a movie.
I heard Darkseid's going to be in the movie.
That's I know.
I don't want Darkseid in it. I want Brainiac. Darkseid, he's a future Man of Steel villain. I just see that right now. He's a future villain.
He needs to be in a sequel. If this movie is good, Man of Steel, that has to be the next villain.
Has Nick seen Lex Luthor in the films?
You saying Darkseid has to be the next villain?
No, Brainiac, fucker.
Oh, Brainiac. Yes, Brainiac does. Absolutely.
Yeah, Brainiac should be. And I want my super
Nobody
movie.
can see a fucking Doomsday movie. Superman dying. That would be crazy.
That would be a really good one. I think that I could see
I think
that.
that's what they were going to do for the next Brandon Routh superhero Bryan Singer movie before it fucking went nowhere.
A lot of people don't trust Bryan Singer. I trust him because he could do a good comic book movie. And, hell, he did a great job doing it in Watchmen.
It's like he dumped his old girlfriend and went back. He dumped X-Men for Superman. Now he's doing X-Men fucking future past whatever the fuck 2 or whatever. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah, I know.
and that broke up, that fucked up. Then he goes back to X-Men like it was nothing happened.
Yeah, it's just...
You left that, you motherfucker!
Yeah, oh, sorry about that.
What is actually wrong with Superman Returns?
I don't know, I don't hate the movie.
I don't hate the movie either, it's just people, man.
Do you mind if I change topic back to Marvel Phase 2?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay,
Go
Thor
for it.
is my most anticipated.
That's my third most anticipating movie. Personally,
I want to
me,
see Ant-Man.
Me
Oh,
too.
I can't wait for that movie.
Me too.
Okay, Ant-Man's pissing me off. And okay, if you want to and I'll talk about Ant-Man. Ant-Man's pissing me off.
What's wrong with it? What's wrong with it? What do you want to see?
Skipping Hank Pym.
What?
They're
What?
skipping Hank Pym.
What?
Yes.
What?
Who's Hank Pym?
I don't know the main story to Ant-Man, to be honest.
Are you sure?
Yes, I am positive. They're using the second one. Now, Hank Pym's going to be in the movie, but Hank Pym would have been a superhero in the 60s, so the line of, "You're the first Avenger," isn't, actually, technically that is still true. Captain
I heard the Wasp was going to be on Iron Man 3.
What's his actual powers? What does he do?
He's a scientist who experiments with shape-shifting, or, with, not shape-shifting, size-changing, things, so he built a suit that allowed him to become ant-size, but still retain human strength, means that he is the size of an ant, but as strong as a human.
Wow.
That's sick.
And when is this movie out?
And then he has the ability. To influence insects to aid him.
And then when he turns bigger, he has human strength when he's big, so he's fucking strong still.
Yeah.
Right?
True.
Well, when he grows bigger, he's stronger than a human when he becomes Giant Man.
When is this movie out?
It's going to be out.
2015.
Yeah,
2015.
I believe it's. I don't know when 2015, but it's going to be out in 2015.
Is it going to be out before? Is it going to be out before Avengers 2?
Before
I
Avengers
don't
2,
know.
I think it's going to be out before Avengers 2. I'm pretty positive about
It
that.
better be. It better be.
I don't know if Ant-Man's going to be in Avengers 2.
No, he ain't going to be in the Avengers 2. Pretty positive he is not.
Which does piss me off. You know why? He's a fucking founding member. Him and Wasp.
Well, there's other characters they could put in. Well, I heard Miss Marvel's going to be in the Avengers 2. In fact, there's 2 actresses that are up in the role for it.
Yeah, that I'm happy. I want Miss Marvel to be in the movie.
I want Andrew Garfield.
So Thanos is the main villain of Avengers 2, right?
I think so. I think he's going to be.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
No, I don't think they're. I think they're going with the trilogy idea. I think they're gonna. I think we're gonna get more on Thanos in the movie, but
Well,
so he's not gonna be the villain. You're just gonna get hints of him, like in the next movie.
if they do it the way I want them to do it, which I could be mistaken, what'd be really cool is if the Guardians of the Galaxy come to Earth and tell them that Thanos is looking for the gems of the Infinity Gauntlet, and basically that is, and you work with that somehow. Because if he gets the Infinity Gauntlet, he becomes a god, which is pretty much makes him unstoppable. So that would be an interesting plot line, I think. But that's me.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
Alright. Personally, that takes right at, you already got your trilogy. Thor 2, I heard rumors they're going to put him in there, and he's going to be the villain of the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yes, but when I say trilogy, I mean Avengers trilogy. I want him to be working...
That's not going to happen. Point simple. That is not going to happen.
Okay, you know this is not going to happen by what evidence?
I just know. I just know Marvel ain't going to do that route.
Don't know. Marvel is not going to probably do the wisest thing they can do, because the idea is that if you build this character for 3 movies, and you have him be the big villain in the last one, you can actually have proper development of the character, and you can actually get to see the character.
Well, we'll see about that. We'll see. I'm just saying that your dream trilogy ain't gonna happen. I'm just saying.
And I don't know what evidence you're basing this on. You're just saying you personally don't think it's gonna happen, because you don't want to see that happen.
No. That idea could happen. Your idea is it's a good idea, but I just don't think that Marvel's gonna do that well. Do that thing. That just doesn't. Alright, be right back.
Okay, what do you guys think about my idea?
Pretty cool, yeah. I want to see Spiderman in it. Andrew Garfield would be sick.
I want to see them continue with Tobey Maguire as Spider-Man in those movies. Because then it would feel like, okay, we have this new reboot of Spider-Man that stands on its own, and then we can continue. It doesn't feel like we just threw away with Tobey Maguire. That just makes sense.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, so what? 3 wasn't perfect. I mean, I want Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire, to be involved with Avengers. I mean, it would be stupid to just throw him out.
2 was my favourite.
2 is the best Spider-Man movie.
Yeah, it was. Doc Ock was so good in that.
I don't know. To me, 2 is the best Spider-Man movie. I mean, a lot of people like the new one better, though. You like the new one?
Yeah, it's brilliant. I like it. But people was complaining about the lizard not having a snout.
I really don't give a fuck about that.
Which in the original comics he didn't have a snout, so yeah.
John, you don't like the CGI of it, do you? Of the actual lizard?
No, I think it looks kind of whack. Like, he looks stupid. Like, he doesn't look scary. I don't know why, but at first it wasn't a big deal, but now that I see it, like, normal, it looks retarded. I mean, do you disagree? I mean, you could disagree if you want.
It's okay. I didn't mind it.
I mean, there were times when he looked cool.
Yeah.
I think the lizard doesn't work in the movie. I don't think the snout is... I don't think the look is the problem.
I just wanted him in his white t-shirt a lot. You know, his,
Yeah, I don't really care about that either.
Yeah.
They should have just had the fucking police be the main villain of that movie.
And Spider-Man's running like.
Yeah. Not,
And yet again, I've said this once and I'll say this again. You couldn't, you can't say that. So you don't...
Well, I'm just saying what I would have done. I'm not saying what I can do because I know it's impossible. It's just a what-if situation, bro.
Yeah. I'm saying they should have used the B-villain. They should have used the minor villain in the movie.
I just want to know that secret.
Oh, don't tell anybody. If anybody
gonna
knows,
be around.
Now, I don't know about the secret, but I want to know.
I don't want to know right now. I want to wait till I see the movie. I don't want it to be spoiled.
Secret is Peter Parker is an alien from the planet Tulia.
That was a massive spoiler.
Sorry, okay? I'm sorry. I just wanted to tell you. He didn't actually Like, getting bitten by the radioactive spider didn't actually give him his powers. It just unlocked powers that were already in him. He comes from a world of spider-like creatures.
Imagine if they did the episode in the next movie of when he gets like 4 arms or something in the animated series.
Oh, the man spider or something.
Yeah.
That would be quite interesting.
I don't think they'll do that in the next movie. That would be cool for them to do.
They won't do it, but it would be cool.
Mark.
It was really cool, very interesting.
Mark.
Yeah.
I don't really know about Guardians of the Galaxy. Do you want to tell me about it? Like, what's the background with them?
They're
what the characters?
kind of like Marvel's Green Lanterns. That's basically all I know about them.
Yeah.
I know that all the members are aliens.
Yeah.
From what I'm guessing, I think they're all gonna just, defeat whatever the hell they're gonna defeat, and then end up being in Avengers 2.
I don't think they're going to be in Avengers 2. My guess with them is they're going to fight Thanos, and they're going to get their asses kicked. And be the warning. Yeah, and they're going to come to Earth and tell them Thanos is coming. So first he's going to get the gems of the Infinity Gauntlet, which they better do the Infinity Gauntlet. If he's going to be the main villain in Avengers 2, then fucking give me the Infinity Gauntlet. If they don't give me the Infinity Gauntlet, I'm going to...
Infinity Gauntlet, I'm pretty positive the Infinity Gauntlet will be in Avengers 2. I'm pretty positive. In fact, I know it's going to happen. I just know it. Alright?
Is he going to be a bad guy in the cartoon?
What? Thanos?
Earth's Mightiest Hero? No, they never got to him. He probably would have been a bad guy in Season 3.
Oh, that would be... Dude, if they put him in Season 3, which I would love, if they were going to continue hype up the Avengers movie, the next movie, they were going to keep up with Thanos. But they didn't do that.
He'll probably be a villain. He'll probably be the main villain in
Yeah, it's going to be the main villain in Avengers Assemble cartoon. Which I'm gonna give that show 1 episode. If it doesn't impress me, I'm not gonna watch the entire series.
I'm gonna give that show exactly how many episodes it deserves. 0.
Sure. Well, I'm just gonna say if it's good, it's pretty good. But it's just it'll have to improve what Earth's Mightiest Heroes did.
There's nothing wrong with, I guess, giving it a chance.
I've never watched the cartoon episodes, to be honest.
Of what, old Earth's Mightiest Heroes?
No.
Yeah, I never watched it either.
It's a great show. Galactus. Pretty much, there's a lot of villains out there in Earth's Mightiest Heroes. It's pretty damn good.
Is it on Netflix?
Yeah, I think Netflix. I think so. I think Season 1 and 2 should be in there. Anywho,
What are we talking about right now?
The cartoon episodes.
And also Earth's Mightiest Heroes.
So is it a good show?
Yeah, it's a good show.
Great show.
It's an amazing show, if you ask me. Because I've been waiting for Marvel to do something like it.
Is it better than Batman the Animated Series?
No.
It's second.
Oh.
It's second.
No, it's not second. Spectacular Spider-Man is definitely better than Earth's Mightiest Heroes, and might even be better than
Sorry, I entirely disagree with you on that.
It's not better than Batman the Animated Series. Don't even go there.
No, I'm not saying it's better than Batman's animated series, because no one can touch that cartoon show, bub.
Yeah, John knows about Batman.
Spider-Man is arguably better.
Huh?
Spectacular Spider-Man is arguably better than Batman the Animated Series.
No.
Ooh,
I said arguably. You know what that means? That means it's not a clear-cut winner. I would say Batman wins, but Batman wins at everything.
Watch the 1960s Batman.
Yeah, it's not bad now.
Yeah, it was okay.
Not a fan.
Why?
Not my Batman.
There's an interview with Tom Hardy about him, as in, like, talking about him as Bane, like. It says I'll smash them too.
That would be one.
They're making did you guys heard about the Hulk cartoon show? That's going to come out next year along with Avengers Assemble.
I want to see the live-action show that they were talking about.
I know. They are working on that. They are working on that show. Another Hulk TV show. But I just don't know. I just don't like what they're going at on that shit. Personally, I just like that how they did with the live-action TV series of Hulk. The drama Hulk that was pretty damn good, if you ask me. Hey, boy.
Let's talk about 4. 4 2. Do you reckon that's going to be a good movie?
It looks really good. They're going more with the fantasy element in the sequel. They're going with Dark Elves as the main villain, which is freaking fantastic.
Yeah, that's true. That's in the comics of Thor.
Is Jane Foster going to be involved?
Yeah, I don't know how.
She is. They released somewhat of the plot. If you read it, I have. You want me to tell you?
Sure.
Yeah.
Natalie Portman is in 4 2, yeah.
Yeah, she's gonna be with Thor. But anyway, the storyline goes like this: the Dark Elves attack Asgard. Thor's mother dies. Spoiler alert. And Loki's the only way to go into the Dark World.
Loki?
Yep, Loki.
So they're going to tag team, like, sort of?
Yeah, in the comics, him and Thor always go back and forth. When Thor can't go somewhere, he always talks to Loki. And Loki does his usual way. He's trying to tell him, oh, what do you want? What are you trying to tell me something? And he tells him I'm assuming that Thor tells our mother is dead.
Yes. Anthony Hopkins is back in it. He's a great actor, man.
I do gotta say this: the guy who plays the Ninth Doctor and the Invisible Man from Heroes is gonna play the leader of the Dark Elves, which is freaking awesome casting.
He's okay. He wasn't a good doctor to me. He's
a good doctor. He's a really good doctor. He's not as good as he's not as good as Tennant, but nobody's as good as Tennant. Okay, the first Doctor and the fourth Doctor is no current Doctor is better than Tennant.
Personally, for me, the new Doctor and David Tennant are pretty damn awesome. And the Ninth Doctor was just very weird, very weird. A couple of times I just like, I just didn't.
You have to understand it. Don't want this to become a Doctor Who podcast. Half of us are not fans here.
If I have to leave, you guys can continue talking and make it.
No.
As long as you want. If I have to leave, though, I'm not gonna. I'll come back. But if I have to go somewhere, you guys continue. You guys continue talking.
I'm from England and I'm not a fan.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Is that okay?
Yeah. Okay. That's okay.
But let me get to what I was saying is, you have to understand that the Ninth Doctor just came out of a freaking war. It was a regeneration from a war. That's why he is the way he is.
Okay. All right. That kind of.
Do you think Loki has enough reason to be a bad guy? I mean,
he hates. Okay. The reason why Loki is a bad guy, personally, he just wants Thor to fail. He just wants him to fail. Point that simple. And he wants to impress Odin. He wants to impress him. And
I thought he was mad at his dad from the Thor movie.
Well, if you're told that you're the god of mischief, would you be bad? I would. I'd be pissed. I'd be like, I'm the god of mischief.
I'm just saying, from the movie, to me, it's just like, do you really think he was enough of a villain for the Avengers?
No,
he was.
I don't really think he was enough of a villain. but it's a setup film. It is a setup film.
Yeah, it was building up. I agree with that.
Good. Dude, he was a good villain. And
I wish they would have used. I wish they would have used the original concept, and they would have used the Skrull as the army, because then that would have been much better. But from what I've heard,
the ultimate. The ultimate. What they use is the ultimate Skrull, which is the Shutari or something like that. Yeah.
I don't think are the ultimate Skrull. If Skrulls have to be in the ultimate universe.
I haven't even got Avengers on Blu-ray yet. I might pick it up tomorrow.
I don't think it's a right player, so my answer is no.
I got it on DVD. It's on my shelf.
I'm the only one here that doesn't even own a Blu-ray player.
I'll just use my PlayStation 3.
And I arguably might be the one that got it first too.
What are we talking about?
Avengers.
Me not having a Blu-ray player, but arguably might have been the one that got it first.
Oh.
Basically, I was saying that I haven't got Avengers on Blu-ray, so I might pick it up tomorrow.
Yeah, the special features are garbage, just saying. But the movie is still awesome. It's really what you're buying it for, so.
Yeah.
John, have you got it on surround sound?
Yeah.
You want to know the guy? Go on. I'll let it work.
Is it awesome in surround sound?
Dude, it's like being in your own fucking, like, I don't know, sometimes it makes you feel like you're in the movie.
Wow. People say that Captain America was the main hero, but Iron Man obviously saved everybody at the end.
Dude, Iron Man was a beast in that one.
Yeah, that made me like Iron Man as a character.
That made me geeking out with him. Iron Man just blasting everything, and dude, that was just awesome.
Well, I do have to complain about my most hated scene in that movie.
What is it?
I've heard it 100 times, and I'll do it again. The scene where the war has just began, Iron Man is commanding the cops, telling them what to do, and the cop says, "Who are you?"
Everybody should know who he is.
It's just the guy probably not watching the news, probably. I don't know.
No, okay.
No, but he should know who he is. He was a freaking guy
True. I will agree with you that he should have known that Tony Stark is Iron Man. But he didn't.
Stark. He should have known that Captain America. Okay, let me put it this way. Okay, it'd be like this, and it would actually be like this. It'd be like if an attack had happened in the U.S. and Abraham Lincoln comes and starts commanding the police, and they're like, "Who are you? I don't know who you are."
Well, yeah, true. You got something there, but
he's an American hero. America's like staple. They should know who he is.
He has playing cards of him. In the movie, he has playing cards, and this guy doesn't know who he is.
Well, it's just a mic. I liked it.
How did Thor get back to Earth?
I know the best. I know how Thor got back to Earth. Really want to know?
I actually know the actual answer. You can tell me what you think, but I'll have to tell you the real answer here. It's the actual real answer.
The real answer is because they're too lazy to actually get.
No. He took a cab. He took a space cab.
Yeah.
Dude, that is not it. Oh, okay, all right. My turn now. Mind if I take over now? Okay. So, Loki said how much Father had absorbed antimatter, meaning Odin had to absorb a lot of energy, a lot of dark antimatter to open a portal so Thor could go into Earth, so he go able to go Earth. That is
the best. It felt
convenient
convenient that Thor would be there because his brother was there. It felt like they just put him there because they had to.
No. Dude, go watch the movie, and when Thor was
I've seen it 4 times. I always get that feeling.
Dude, alright, fine. Just give me a minute. Hold on, wait.
It was just a cheap excuse. How much power did your father have to conjure to get you here? I mean, the bridge was broken. It was a huge deal in Thor. Hopefully they fix that in the new movie.
I hated it when they killed the Agent Villa.
That actually was really cool. Well, it wasn't cool, but it was sad at the same time.
Yeah. I liked it when he said with the gun at the end.
But some people want him to become Dr. Fate.
Isn't Dr. Fate a DC character?
But, sorry, wrong character. Vision, sorry.
Who?
Vision, yeah.
Vision.
I wanted Vision is an android, and he's created by Ultron, which is the guy who created him is Hank Pym.
Which I do want Ultron to be a villain in an Avengers movie. He'd be freaking fantastic.
He probably will be the villain in that, probably 9.9% of it.
Yeah.
I don't really want him to be the villain in Ant-Man, just because it wouldn't be a really good villain. Because you're taking the Brainiac. You're taking the Brainiac of the in a way the Brainiac of the Marvel universe, and you're putting him in a movie where a guy can grow big and grow small. That's not really a good power set to take on.
Well, he has very limited villains. He has very limited villains. The only villain besides Ultron is Egghead.
Okay, I'm sure he has some kind of villain that is also dealing with size. I'm sure he has another villain like that. He has to.
All right, whatever. See what happens. We'll just have to wait and see then. All right, I got.
He a villain for Ant-Man movie. I mean, Ant-Man can get away with having no villain.
True, that's very true.
I mean, he's a pacifist. I mean, you give him something that he has to deal with in the world that basically, like you give him tribulation, but you don't necessarily give him a villain. That's how I would do Ant-Man. That's personally me.
I guess we got back.
Not doing Hank Pym, so the whole pacifist thing is thrown out the window, because Hank Pym is the pacifist.
Also, how do you guys feel about Captain America 2? Winter Soldier.
So who is this fucking Winter Soldier guy? Who is this?
Bucky.
You want me to... Okay, he just spoiled it for you.
I don't care, just tell me.
It's Bucky.
It's the guy that got thrown off the train.
Yep.
How did he survive, though?
Okay, I think... hold on, just give me a minute. Just let me take it.
He got frozen with Captain America?
Yeah, I'm very much assuming that. And he lost himself.
I'm assuming that he was on a train above water in a snowy area that he got thrown into a lake and frozen. That's what I'm guessing. But they might give you a more complex answer in the movie, I'm guessing. And he was thought out by, I believe, the Russians and became a Russian weapon.
Wow. I'll wait for that movie.
Yeah, and he hooks up with Black Widow.
That's gonna be fucking cool. Is Black Widow gonna be in the movie?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. 90% of it, yeah.
That's gonna be sick.
Oh yeah,
I'll see that in theater. I'll see that.
Dude, that's gonna be very interesting. Oh, I need to show you this, guys. They revealed the guy who's gonna play Thanos.
I think I saw that. Who was it?
What is it?
The black guy in it.
Do you think that's going to be the actual actor that played him in that part in the movie?
Yes, I'm pretty sure. Look at the pictures of.
Well, you have to say he actually does look like the character.
Yeah, like normally, yeah.
I trust him. He's a good actor. He looks like a good actor.
Well, all he did was smile, so I can't really tell you if he's good.
Well, in my opinion,
I don't think he needs to be a good actor to play freaking Thanos.
Okay.
Thanos is a fucking beast, dude. I read comic books of this guy.
Doesn't he talk?
Yeah, he's from what I understand about Thanos, he has a very old English kind of character. Like he's more of a kind of, like, from what I know about him, and I don't know a lot, he's more of a Shakespearean kind of bad guy.
Mm-hmm.
He's the dark side of Marvel Universe.
No, he is, but he's very more Shakespearean. He's like, I will defeat you.
Yeah, he's... I have
Darkseid's gonna be the villain in Justice League.
I just don't want Darkseid. No, personally, for me, don't get mad at me. I don't want Darkseid to be the main, to be the villain. Because if people look at Darkseid, it's like, what the? Wait a minute, whoa. They almost look almost identical. Because personally, that's
different enough. They look different enough. But hey, I agree with you. I don't want Darkseid as the villain. I want Batman as the villain.
Ooh.
Yeah, Batman.
Oh, dude, the storyline of that. Oh, what's that one movie? What's that one?
Just make it Brainiac, Joe.
Dude, I was gonna say that. Make it Brainiac. You can have Brainiac, him taking over.
That'd be crazy, being like a big ass machine taking over the planet and shit, and then they have to go inside and stop it.
I don't know. I kind of like the idea of using the what other name? The Injustice League, or is it the Injustice? No, not the Injustice League. The Criminal Syndicate. That's what they're called.
Does he have an army? Because if that's what he's gonna do, that's gonna be lame.
You mean Darkseid?
No, Thanos.
No, Thanos, once he gains his power, once he gains the Infinity Gauntlet, he's fucking a god-like power. Like,
yeah, okay.
Does he have an army with him? Does he fight alone?
He fights alone. He fights alone.
Alright, good. No armies no more. I don't want to see them fighting armies no more.
Oh,
I just don't want to see the Avengers fighting an army. Again.
Alright. So let me explain what Thanos, what he does. This guy is a fucking beast. He has fought Iron Man twice. Actually, several times, in fact. He has fought the God of Thunder, and he has beat the living shit out of him. Thor has beat the living shit out of Thanos, and he has fought the Avengers.
Oh, if I'm not mistaken, he's actually fought Galactus and
yeah, he has fought Galactus.
Was it a good fight?
Oh, it was an amazing fight. I can give you a couple
all
of pictures.
five. How many Avengers are there? 5?
No, oh shit, there may be 12. Yes.
In the movie, how many are there? 5?
Well, there's Iron Man, Thor,
There's 6.
Captain America.
There's 6.
6? Alright.
Okay, so
But there's going to be 4 added. Okay, let me put it this way. When he gets the Infinity Gauntlet, he becomes godlike.
Yeah, there's no one that
so
can
it's
stop
6
him.
against 1 is what I'm saying.
Okay,
Yeah.
let me put it this way, okay? In the comics, I don't think it was 6 against 1. I think it was like 12 against 1, and he fucking kicked all their asses like they were nothing.
Yeah, he will Thor, he destroyed everyone. He destroyed everyone.
That's the Goblet.
That's the Infinity Gauntlet.
Yeah.
And he destroyed every motherfucker.
So
And
if he picks up and he becomes a god then?
how did he become a god? What do you mean?
So he puts his hand in that, he becomes a god then?
No,
Oh, yeah,
what it is that the gauntlet itself holds 5 gems. Each gem has its own power. He gains the ability of all the gems, and he becomes this, like, basically he can master all the different things. Each gem has power over one thing.
Yeah, I've got the gems here. There's one for soul, which is green. Time is orange. Space is purple. Mind is blue. Reality is yellow. And power is red.
Yeah, those are the gems. First, okay, I think how he's going to get it, how Thanos is going to get the Infinity Gauntlet, is he's going to sneak in Asgard and take it. And, yeah, that's pretty much it.
Him sneaking?
Yeah, sneak into Asgard.
I don't think that's part of the character. I think he would just go in and take it. Like he'd be like, you.
Bro, you might, yeah, he probably is, but I'm just
saying, I don't see it in his character to, like, walk in and go, hi.
Oh, apparently, yeah, you know, for the film, well, apparently the goblet is actually in a brief moment in the film.
No, I know that.
Yeah. And I heard the Auga Tsunami is in there. I think I pronounced that wrong. The Doctor Strange, what he used.
Yes, the Eye of Agamotto, I think it's called.
Yeah, I think that's it. Personally, I like that.
Hey, they're not fucking doing the Doctor Strange movie.
They are working on a Doctor Strange movie.
He owned the green gem.
What?
He owned the green gem, he says here. Doctor Strange.
What's everybody talking about?
The Infinity Goblet.
2.
Avengers 2, yeah.
Been talking about the goblet and the gems.
So is this what you think is going to happen in Avengers 2, or?
Yeah, this is our opinions on it.
But let's get to the more important subject. What the fuck is wrong with them not wanting to do a fucking Doctor Strange movie?
Who's Doctor Strange?
Doctor Strange. Okay, let me explain Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange was a surgeon who ended up getting his hands damaged, and so he goes around the world looking for somebody to heal his hands, and then eventually he learns that there is this mystic who can do it. And so he goes to the mystic, and the mystic's like, hey, I just can't heal your hands. I got to teach you the way of the mystic, and he becomes the Sorcerer Supreme. And ultimately, he's like the most powerful sorcerer in the Marvel universe.
Hello?
Hello.
Oh, hey.
Talking about Marvel, or Marvel Phase 2. Right now, I'm talking about why they fucking aren't making a Doctor Strange movie.
I'm more pissed off about what they did to Spiderman, but as for Doctor Strange, I don't know.
They're working on it. They're working on a Doctor Strange movie.
What they did to Spider-Man?
They'll eventually, probably. I mean, ever since the Avengers, they technically, indirectly made their own universe, but I think that's kind of the plan. And eventually, we're going to be getting more Marvel movies because of that.
I understand, but I think one of the bigger ones that they haven't made or aren't in production is Doctor Strange. He's not a big character per se, but out of the movies they've already made, he is next in line, in my opinion, that deserves a movie.
Well, the reason why they're not making him yet because they're just making liable heroes for the third Avengers movie way in the future when Thanos gets the Infinity Gauntlet. And for a series like that, you're going to need more heroes, a lot more heroes.
Well, and who's in the Infinity Gauntlet storyline? Doctor Strange.
Yes, I know he's in the Infinity Gauntlet storyline. But we need more than just him.
No, I understand that. I'm just surprised they aren't making it, but they're probably going to add him in Phase 3, I'm guessing.
Yeah, they're going to do that in Phase 3.
Probably.
Which is funny is because one of my friends that's a big Iron Man fan, before Iron Man came out, he's also a big Doctor Strange fan, he actually wanted Robert Downey Jr. to play Doctor Strange.
Hey, what pisses me off is in here? I didn't notice he was in this shit. Shit.
Him as Robert Downey Jr. plays Doctor Strange? I don't know. That could be a good choice, but
he looks like the character.
True, but he looks like Tony Stark.
Yes, he looks like both of them.
We can't have the same guy playing the exact same actor, so we're gonna have to. And besides, I don't know. Robert Downey Jr. doesn't look like he would play as an actor. He has a different personality that's meant for Tony Stark, and I think we need a different actor to play Doctor Strange.
Who do you think would play the Doctor Strange?
I don't know.
Okay. It was just an actor that my friend told me that before he had been casted, and we always made this joke of he plays both roles, and then all suddenly when Doctor Strange is in the scene and Iron Man isn't, Iron Man is gone for some reason.
Well, it would be kind of cheesy if Robert Downey Jr. was playing both roles.
Yeah, it would be very weird and very off.
It's a joke, but still.
Well, yeah, I know, but you gotta admit it would be pretty cheesy if Robert Downey Jr. was playing both roles. In fact, oh my god, internet memes would explode the entire internet if they did do that.
Also,
when they eventually have the Human Torch in this series, then no, I'm just joking.
That would be hilarious if it's the same actor, though. That would be funny.
I doubt it.
Well, I do like that they gave Galactus and Silver Surfer back to Marvel. Therefore, they'll be doing the.
No, they did. They didn't. You didn't hear?
What? But okay. Okay. What did they give to Marvel then?
No. What had happened was, and here's the actual story, is that basically they had basically what had happened is Fox, if I'm not mistaken, Fox was going to lose Daredevil. And so they go on and they're like, hey, we don't really want Daredevil. We'll give you, if you can give us Silver Surfer and Galactus, we'll extend the rights on Daredevil. And,
that's cool. Then Marvel finally has Galactus and Silver Surfer.
No, bites. Let me finish the story, okay? Fox goes and says, fuck you, you can have Daredevil. They're keeping our Silver Surfer and Galactus, because they have no plans to ever use them. So, they got Daredevil back, but no Galactus and Silver Surfer.
Well, Daredevil's going to be a good reboot.
Well, that really sucks because now, for something as epic as the Infinity Gauntlet, that's something that needs Galactus in it.
So I agree with you, and I mean, hopefully they do the Infinity Gauntlet in Marvel Phase 3, and so we have time, because it doesn't look like they're working on Fantastic Four, so hopefully that will go under, and they'll just lose every fucking thing.
I'm pretty sure they'll drop the rights of X-Men and Fantastic Four.
They better drop the rights to Fantastic Four eventually.
I mean, what I think is going to happen is I think they're going to lose an X-Men character, and Marvel's going to be like, hey, you give us Fantastic Four and everything else goes along with it, and we'll let you keep that. And then they'll be like, oh, okay.
You know, people seem to be on board on letting all their characters come back to Marvel, but here's the thing. I'm okay with all of those except Spider-Man, because I think as long as Joe Quesada and Dan Slott or anyone handpicked by Joe Quesada to write Spider-Man, as long as they're writing for Spider-Man, I'm not comfortable with Spider-Man going back to Marvel at all.
Because of what we have right here, let's talk about, because I know you commented on on Storm Sting's video, let's talk about Amazing Spider-Man 700.
You sure? By the way.
Well, for Spider-Man 700, yeah, spoilers are not.
Is my voice disguised right now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Unless that's actually how your voice really sounds. It sounds disguised, but...
Okay. Well, is it high-pitched?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right.
But I will say this first, is I made a video entitled Spider-Man dying doesn't matter. Because to me, it doesn't matter. He's going to be back. Everything's going to be okay in 2 years.
The thing is, no, it's not even confirmed that he is going to come back. You know why? Because it's already confirmed that Miles is in the 616 universe. So therefore, there's a chance that Peter's not going to come back. And even if he let me finish. And even if he does come back, it's not just about the death that we're pissed off about. We're just pissed off that these writers are handling him. Because even if he does come back, guess what? If Mary Jane even finds out that Peter's not the one smoothing her right now. Guess what? Fans are never going to get what they want, and what they want is to see Peter get back with Mary Jane. And Joe Quesada, when the 2000 started, he has been hitting the table, saying, "I am going to break up this marriage, whether even if I have to work until I'm 70 in order to do it." And you think he's going to take that back? No. What's going to happen is if Peter does come back, they're just going to make this contrived story where MJ falls in love with Doc Ock. And it's like, oh, you're the Doc Ock was the one smoothing me? Fine. I just love Doc Ock instead.
No, I understand your frustration, but first of all,
you see, it's not just Peter Parker staying dead, which he might possibly stay dead because Miles is.
He will not stay dead. There is no way in hell that they'll have Peter Parker stay dead, and we've seen this countless times again. It's not just about him staying dead, but there is a chance he will, considering the fact that all the writers that write Spider-Man do not like Peter Parker for some odd, strange. Okay, the point is that this is kind of a good thing because this will give time for maybe some of these people to get fired and shit like that, or get to put on books, because the idea is that luckily.
Joe Quesada is not going to get fired. Reason being, it's because before Marvel was even sold to Disney, or now they're financially stable again. Joe Quesada was responsible for almost killing Marvel Studios, putting them into financial hurting, and then. So how do we bail this out? Not to improve our rating. No, let's just sell our rights to Disney. That really just solves the fucking problem, right?
Well, the thing about it is now his job is not secure, because the point is that now Disney can fire his ass whenever they want. They control this, and the second they feel that they're not making profit, and I agree with you. I completely agree with everyone that commented on the video who says, I'm not going to buy the comic. I completely agree with you. If you don't like what they're doing with Spider-Man, don't buy the comic, and then they'll fix it. Because
no, they won't, because we've been waiting for 5 years. They always say, give this a chance, give this a chance, give this a chance. After one more day, give this a chance, give this a chance, give this a chance, give this a chance. We've been waiting for 5 fucking years, and it's not even showing any signs of improving. It's not going to improve until Joe Q is fired. You see,
that's the way you can show that you don't like this, is not to buy it. And I think
Joe Q's not going to get fired because he's the boss.
Yeah, but he's the boss of Marvel, not the boss of Disney. That's the point I'm trying to make.
Okay, all right.
Except Disney's all on board for Joe Quesada's plan, because Joe Quesada, you know what his ultimate plan is overall? He wants to return comics to the Silver Age of comics, where.
The bad way.
Now I like the Silver Age, but the writing eventually matures, and that was you know the death of Gwen Stacy. That's when writing started to mature for good ways, and now Joe Quesada is trying to return that. Returning comics to that, and no, you don't just regress writing to that.
Well, I will comment on this. Only Joe Quesada pissing you off can unite you and Storm Think.
Yeah, you can say that.
I just had to make that comment.
Joe is a really disgusting person, and so is Dan Slott. You know what? One of the biggest reasons why Spider-Man's getting this ultimate makeover. Not just from a character's perspective, but also just dissing on Peter Parker over and over and over and over again. It's because, well, I hate to say this, I really hate to say this, because I like both franchises, but Dan Slott and Joe Q are former Batman writers, and Spider-Man fans and Batman fans have not gotten along ever at all in a long time. And I think, and neither did the writers of Batman and Spider-Man. They would always argue, and now we have Batman writers hijacking Spider-Man and trying to make him out to be more Batman-ish, and it's fucking retarded because people like Spider-Man because he was different from Batman, and that's why I got into Spider-Man. Now, granted, Batman is the most relatable person in the DC universe, but I guess I can relate with Spider-Man more because he's a regular person, and Bruce Wayne is sort of a he might be the most relatable person, but he's his mental stability comes into question. Like, and I say to myself, okay, I'm supposed to root for this guy, but he's also a potential psychopath who is one step closer to being character developed into being a villain, and Batman knows that.
Well, the thing about Batman is I don't think Batman is the most realistic Justice League member. I think he's the most unrealistic character, even though he's human.
Batman is the best superhero of all time.
You might think he's the best, but he's the most.
He is one of the greats. I'm not saying he's bad. I really like the character. It's like, okay. Try to imagine a Superman writer who is like a Superman fanboy and hijacking the Batman franchise.
Well, David Goyer, the guy that wrote Batman Begins and Dark Knight, is writing Man of Steel. So. That's a good thing, though. That is a good thing, though.
Well,
he wrote both those scripts.
I'm not talking about someone being a former Superman writer and doing a good job on Batman. I'm talking about someone who thrives on a different character. I mean, literally thrives on a different character so well that he has a very distinct way of writing. For example, Dan Slott. Do you know some of the material Dan Slott has written for Batman? He's written material for Batman so disturbing that it goes beyond how should I say cynical for Batman standards, to the point where Batman is literally physically and mentally torturing his victims instead of interrogating them, and also having a plot sealing away or relinquishing a demon that reside under beneath Arkham Asylum. What the hell? Yeah, and this is the guy that's writing Spider-Man right now.
All I'm saying is that we'll see what happens. Nobody is safe. Hell, the head of Disney isn't safe. Didn't that guy isn't there like a new guy now? Or is that Pixar? I think that's Pixar.
I'm not waiting any more for this to get better. I'm actually gonna find a way to team up with more Spider-Man fans and have them revolt against this.
Okay, that's fine. Do it.
I mean,
petition.
Not just petitions, but hyper criticisms. Have them spam every single board that even doesn't even revolve around Spider-Man until it literally drives the writers and editors and everyone just fucking crazy. They're not going to get away with this shit. Seriously.
Then they'll make 701.
701. God.
That's funny.
But this is really getting fucking insane. I mean, these writers literally have.
They have something wrong with Peter Parker for some reason.
Oh, do you even know? You know what happened in one of the issues that they used just to make fun of Peter Parker, as well as the relationship with Mary Jane? One of the things they did to make fun of Peter Parker is they brought back the issue. They referenced the one issue that Spider-Man fans do not like to talk about because it was a bad issue in general, where, it's the comic where Doc Ock almost gets married to Aunt May, believe it or not.
I heard that story.
Yeah, which is probably one of the most strangest, odd storylines ever. Most fans like to believe in the Amazing Spider-Man series. You can read that book and it's just like, what the fuck is this bullshit? Because you got all this, you got so many things going on Aunt May. she's inherited a Canadian island, and Doc Ock wants that Canadian island, and the Canadian government's after Aunt May. It makes no sense. I live up north. I live near Canada. The only thing Canada really has is what PIA. Aunt May doesn't want PIA. I don't want to give PIA to Aunt May either. Anyways, regardless, the story makes no sense, and Peter ends up breaking up the waiting. But now in issue 700, they have now that Peter's in Doc Ock's body, he has some memories that he shares some memories Doc Ock had, and well, it's now revealed that Aunt May and Doc Ock did the nasty before they went to the altar. While Aunt May was still in the in her wedding dress, they did the nasty before they went to the altar. So okay, so what this comic is trying to tell us that okay, not only I fucked Aunt May, but I'm gonna fuck your girlfriend too. Ha 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 ha. Oh yeah, that's very classy right there. And not only that, but guess what? You know how Spider-Man fans have been wanting MJ and Pete to finally get together, and they've been having this on and off relationship lately. Well, guess what? Now, the person he confesses her love to is Doc Ock, and that was right after Peter started smoothing her, which means that she fell in love with Doc Ock. So I'm like, what the hell?
Let me ask you something. You brought up something that he's a fan, that they're a fan of the Silver Age. Is it possible that they could bring back Gwen Stacy?
No, they're not going to bring back Gwen Stacy. That comic is so iconic that people dare not to touch it. In fact, it's one of the most important stories since Amazing Fantasy 15, where Spider-Man's first appearance. Because ever since Gwen died, that seriously affected Peter's way of thinking for a long time to come, and it actually matured him quite a lot after that.
No, I understand that, but you're talking about somebody that does not have a love for the character. So, could you see him doing that?
Doing what?
Bringing back Gwen Stacy.
No, I don't. I really don't see that happening. I don't think he even cares about that. 100. I don't think Joe even has the guts or even doesn't even care to retcon Spider-Man 121, because that series is so important that I think if they retconned it, I think former Spider-Man writers would call in and say they ruined their character. Not that Joe's already ruined the character enough as it is, but fuck that.
I'm just saying. I mean, like, so you don't think he'll go that far?
Not right now. But if Joe or Dan Slott gets any ideas, I'm actually kind of scared of what kind of ideas they'll probably have. That's what I'm kind of scared of.
Okay, because I'm just saying that it sounds like this is something that guy would do. That's all I'm saying.
This is like. I mean, people are saying you're taking this too seriously. No. This is again that this is Dragon Ball Evolution territory. There are some things you just do not support, and this is one of them.
Okay, and that's fine. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that. I'm saying, and you're not even the one I attacked. It's the idea that people are making videos, which you know who you are. People are making videos about giving a farewell to Peter Parker, where I'll be very clear. There is no chance he's not coming back. It's zero. It's nigh. It's not possible. Because we have seen this with Captain America, we've seen this with Superman, we've seen this with Batman. They kill these characters and bring them back. It's going to happen with Spider-Man.
I'm gonna go to the ladder and say I don't think they are gonna bring Spider-Man back for two reasons. One, the writers seem to hate Peter Parker, and they have no interest in what the fans seem to want. In fact, some of the writers at Marvel actually admitted that they're literally trying to get rid of the old school fans. Which I'm saying, what the fuck are you doing? That's wrong. The old school fans are they're just as much as important as your new school fans. So therefore, why are you trying to sacrifice them? The new one have not gotten this far without us. That is just arrogant and wrong for you to do. And number two, by the way they're going, they just to piss off the fans even more, they just might reveal someone else to be Miles, whether he's black or white, doesn't matter, because Miles exists in this universe. And since they're not interested in what the fans want, they might just make this new Miles in 616 universe a lot more gritty and just better shape it to fit what they want. And you see that's what I'm saying. Well, there is a chance they might not bring Peter Parker back because
there is no chance.
It fits what they want, and even if they did bring
it's not going to fit one thing. This is the problem you're failing to realize. It's not going to fit one thing. It's not going to fit their pocketbooks. It's not going to make them money. Disney will guarantee you, the head of Disney will say, fuck you, bring back Peter Parker, or you're all fucking fired, because the point is that it's the money, and then Disney is going to go in and say, fuck you, I don't care what you guys care about, I care about what the fucking fans who are buying these comics, or at this time not, care about. So
the problem is Disney is on board with their decisions, because
now, I mean, all I'm saying is that the second that it starts to interfere with their pocketbooks, you will see changes, okay? So don't buy the comics. Go ahead, do not buy the comics. I completely support that. That is the best way you can tell them to go fuck off. It's just don't buy it.
But the point is, people are going to buy the books, okay? Hell.
Wait, Edgar. People, the thing is the thing is, people have been canceling the canceling of subscriptions have heightened it severely after One More Day, and it's still dropping today. They are losing Spider-Man's. They're losing Spider-Man fans greatly, and they're losing Spider-Man. They're losing money in terms of Spider-Man reading even more as the franchise go on. Ever since One More Day, the franchise has not recovered since then. The writing has just keep getting worse, and the fans just keep going. The fan base just keeps, what I'm saying is sales have been dropping and more ever since then. It's really sad to see that a My Little Pony comic is selling more than a Spider-Man comic nowadays. That is really sad. It's terrible. Yeah, I know. That's how bad it's gotten.
The idea is that we'll have to wait and see. I mean, like, the point is that again, as I said before, and I know what I'm talking about, there is actually 0% chance Peter Parker is not gonna come back. But when is the question. But hopefully by the time that he comes back, hopefully some of these problems you have are dealt with. Hopefully they get the right people to work on them. I mean, we'll have to wait and see.
Okay. Well, this leads into my next point, which I didn't get a chance to say. Even if they do bring Peter Parker back, they're still going to find some way to fuck with them, especially with their relationship with his relationship with Mary Jane, which everyone wants to see come back, and no one in Marvel, especially Joe Quesada, says, as long as I'm in charge with Marvel, I'm going to make sure. I'm going to make sure, no matter what happens, that Peter Parker stays not married. That he wants to make sure that hammer is laid down low and just firmly cement that. I have no. I have no confidence with him even touching Spider-Man with a 40-foot dick. That motherfucker deserves to get fired right now. That guy is out of
shot.
Don't say that. No, I don't. Don't say that. I don't support death threats. Here's the thing. That guy got his fear out of pure luck, and he just doesn't deserve what he just doesn't deserve to be editor-in-chief. But for all the stupid decisions he's made.
Yeah, I agree. Personally, can I go?
Yeah.
Okay. Personally, for me, they would have to do something. They would have to pull something out to bring him back. Now, I do think they could bring him back in the Ultimate Universe, but
why bring him back in the Ultimate Universe? You got Miles Morales, even though I hate that motherfucker with a fucking passion. You see, when a title already has its own Spider-Man, they're not going to bring him back in the Ultimate Universe. That's just a fact. They're not going to do that.
Well, it looks like that he could come back. It looked like he could come back. They could bring him back. And that's just personally me. I just don't see him coming back in the main Marvel Universe because they did it in an asinine way to a point that he can't come back.
Okay, no, and I will comment here, okay? They took people off way worse than that. You can't ever say characters can't come back in comics, ever. I mean, you can't, you can burn somebody, throw them into another dimension, burn their ashes into the sun, and they can still come back.
I can say that with Uncle Ben. And what the hell? What's pissing me off? What the hell?
What?
There was a lot of static going on here.
Wow.
Anyways, I see I can say that because, well, okay, just 2 words. Uncle Ben. He's never been resurrected at all in the comics, so they say that no one ever stays dead. Nah.
I'm not saying nobody ever stays dead.
I heard that might be bringing him back in Amazing Spider-Man.
Yeah, I heard that as well.
There is nothing you can do. There's no way you can kill a character off and keep them dead. There's just no way. You can do whatever you want to a character because what one was saying is that they killed off in such a way that they can never bring them back, and that's bullshit because they've killed characters way worse than this.
They did it to Superman.
Well, yes and no. Some people say he didn't even die. He was just near death.
No, but I'm talking about that there are characters they've killed way worse than this. I can't think of any off the top of my head because I don't know all the deaths.
You can say they kill him off way worse than this, but I've never seen a more disgusting, undignified way to kill off a hero ever. You name one. You name one comic that they killed off a character in a filthy, degrading way, and nothing tops this as of yet.
Yeah, I agree with you. I don't like the comic. I'm not going to buy it. I have not read it. I don't care to read it. I mean, so the point is that so basically I agree with you wholeheartedly. You're completely justified in what you're saying.
Okay.
All I was saying a minute ago is that there is no way, there's nothing you can do to a character to ensure that you can't bring them back. They can bring back anybody they want, however they want, except for 3 characters, and I think we all know those 3 characters that will never be brought back.
Well, I know. I was agreeing with you too. But I'm just saying. I'm speculating that there's a chance they might just replace. They just might replace him with a different character for the main title. Because it's obvious that Marvel does not want to give the fans what they want, so they'll just do what they want. Especially, but let's say he does come back. I still have no confidence if he does come back, because considering the fact that we still have more. That's just a way of saying, we have more ways to degrade Peter Parker even further.
Well, for now, I mean, eventually, and this is not a ray of sunshine, but eventually these people that you're pissed off about will eventually die. I mean, it is just a matter of time. It is a fact of life that everyone dies. So, I
never said that Peter Parker can't die. I never said that Peter Parker can't die, but to end off a 50-year legacy of the Amazing Spider-Man title, you do this? Fuck, man.
I agree with you. I agree with you. I'm in agreement that what they fucking did was fucking awful, and they should fucking. I agree with you. the point I'm trying to make is that eventually he'll come back. Eventually, everything will be the way you want it.
And I got your point. I got your point.
Yeah, it just might take longer than you want.
I'm just saying that it's kind of sad now that the only thing Peter Parker we have now is either an obscure line in the in the multiverse, or just the movies that we'll get every year and a half or 2 years after their production. And the reason why is because Marvel does not own the rights to the Spider-Man movies. So yeah, if we watch the movies that are owned by Sony, that's trying to pay tribute to Peter Parker, when Marvel is interested in shoving Peter Parker into the most degrading level ever. That's fucking sad. The only thing we have left is the movies or just some obscure line in a story.
Or the cartoon.
No, the cartoon is fucking degrading.
No, I meant the other cartoon.
Oh my
God.
God.
The other one now. Not the other one now. I meant the other one.
I never looked at Ultimate Spider-Man the cartoon as a proper adaptation of Spider-Man. I looked at it as a comedy show. That's it.
It's complete garbage.
That is very true. I guess the only reason I like it is because I'm just a Deadpool fan. It just mixes Deadpool comedy in there. All it does is mixes in Deadpool comedy, and that's it. And I guess that's the only reason why I like it, because I'm a Deadpool fan. Now I'll say that's kind of I will say that's kind of biased, but do I count it as a proper treatment for Spider-Man? Hell no, I won't.
Yeah. Did you ever watch Spectacular Spider-Man?
Yeah, but they canceled that way too early. But
did you think that was a good treatment? Do you think for the 2 seasons we got, was that a good treatment?
I thought it was a little bit watered down, and they put too much Raimi references into it. But it was an okay treatment, but not. I don't think it was just okay. That's all it was. I do love the fight scenes. Those are a lot better. I do love how they got Gwen. I do like how they got Gwen Stacy and Mary Jane Justice. Except okay, maybe the minor nitpicks. Gwen is a lot more prissy than that, but and not saying she's dumb, but she's a combination of smartness and prissy. But yeah, but that's about it.
But let's change topic to something that more people can talk about, because this has become you and me talking.
Yeah.
So who wants to change the topic?
I do. What's
Wait. Well, does everyone have a topic they want to go with? Why don't we ask everyone?
Dragon Ball Z Battle of the Gods.
Oh yeah.
Well, I want to talk about the Amazing Spider-Man movie.
Okay, we can talk about Amazing Spider-Man then.
Yeah, I thought it was a good movie. I mean, I really enjoyed it. What do you guys think?
Best remake I've ever seen. Well, for this type of topic, I wish we could bring in a Raimi fanboy, because they will just prove my point when exactly they're bashing on this movie for absolutely no fucking reason.
I know.
Every plot hole I've counted. I've already debunked already. Path of Geoffrey's debunked. Games debunked. In fact, they say there's no depth when I can point depth in it. So what the fuck are you bitching about? Absolutely fucking nothing.
Well, it is a great movie to me. I mean, Lizard was a great villain. I liked how Peter Parker became Spider-Man in this movie.
Yeah. at least in this version, they actually show how he made the suit and everything. In the old movie, they didn't even show jack shit of how he made the. He just looks at a picture that was actually drawn by people from Marvel. He looks at it and then zoom, he's in the suit. Like, wow, that was lazy.
I guess
that was lazy and rushed. Ooh, I better not say that in front of Raimi fanboys. They'll freak out about that. Ooh, Amazing Spider-Man is so lazy and so rushed. Have you looked at Peter Parker just looking at that picture and then zoom, he's Spider-Man? That's not lazy and rushed? You fucking kidding me?
That is lazy rushed. I mean,
yeah, it is pretty shitty.
My biggest problem with this film, which please attack me if you want to, I think the Lizard was a bad choice as a villain. I think that he was underdeveloped. I don't think I cared about him as much as I should have. If they would have went with a B villain like they should have.
Okay. My question for you is, was he underdeveloped? Because
the thing about it is that his family wasn't in the movie. You didn't really get to see who the character was as much as I did.
The thing is that you're not supposed to see much of his family in the movie. The movie is sort of a mystery movie where Peter is trying to find out about his parents while he's running into circumstances that revolve around his parents, and because of that, Peter has to learn responsibility from that. So you can say in some symbolic way that his parents, with a combination of Gwen's dad, taught him the ways of responsibility.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that's the worst part of the movie for me. Is that now? That's the worst part. This movie is good. It's really good. It's just personally, it's.
Well, I mean, can you name anything more that's underdeveloped about him?
I mean, it's just the fact that I don't think he was a one. I don't think you can. I personally, this might be personally me, is I don't think you can do Doc Connors and Lizard in the same movie. Like, you can't introduce Doc Connors and then have Lizard in the same movie and have me be satisfied. I think that's the problem.
I understand what you're saying, because yes, you see, and I do think, yes, that Dr. Connors should be established beforehand, make him into a friend of Peter Parker, and then in the second movie that the Lizard should be introduced. That would be very gratifying, but I think they did actually, at least in my perspective, that would be a lot more gratifying. But they did do a good job with Dr. Connors in this one. Yeah. I will say that.
Did you see the deleted scene that they have of basically the formula scene where it's like in his home library, this elaborate scene, and then in the movie it's in a kitchen that tells us nothing about the character, where the library scene would have actually given us insights.
But why would you need that scene when you got an entire laboratory where Dr. Connors hangs out almost throughout the entire movie, where Peter Parker and him are doing radical experiments on gene therapy towards rats?
I understand that. All I'm saying is that the scene they chose to do the formula tells us nothing about the character, and getting to see his home and getting to see how he lives in his personal life would tell us a little bit. That kitchen was most likely designed by his wife. I get a little bit of insight by his wife, and getting to meet his wife would have been insight I wanted about him, because we had got to see something about him, but that kitchen tells us nothing about Doc Connors.
The thing is that mostly the heart of Dr. Connors is his goals, and that's pretty much Dr. Connors for you. It's his goals, and you want how his goals revolve around his arm too, and that's another thing about his family. You see, it would be great to have his family in there, but again, his family are technically secondary characters to him. At least we know that his family exists, because even in the movie even in the movie itself, he does mention his family, but only very briefly. But
I just wish they would have had at least one scene with his family, like in that kitchen scene. Have his wife come in and have a minute conversation to introduce. But these are minor gripes. It doesn't hurt because it is a setup film, and Amazing Spider-Man 2 is going to be better.
Oh yeah, it will be. Oh yeah.
I reckon they'll kill off Gwen Stacy in 3. I reckon they'll kill off Gwen Stacy in Amazing Spider-Man 3.
Yes, definitely agree.
Wait.
I'm looking forward to the guy that's going to be playing Harry Osborn, the kid who was in Chronicle, the crazy motherfucker that was killed off in Chronicle, you know. Yeah, that kid was crazy, and I think he's just enough crazy to play Harry Osborn. So I was thinking, why not have him as Harry Osborn? Oh shit, he is now. Shit.
Any opinion on Mary Jane Watson?
Oh, that's right.
Well, I got something to say. I think it was a good idea this time around that his love interest wasn't Mary Jane.
I agree.
Well, you see, yes, his love interest is not Mary Jane at this point. That's what's pissing off a lot of Raimi fanboys. But that's not the point. The reason that Raimi fanboys are now saying now, oh, they're introducing Mary Jane. See, they're admitting they fucked up. No, they need Mary Jane if they're gonna do the night where Gwen Stacy died correctly, because believe it or not, I think it's Mary Jane that sets off the chain of effects that happens in that story, and because of that, I'm not saying the full blame is on Mary Jane, but she starts off the chain reaction, so to speak, of all the bad shit that happens in that series. Yeah. But there's a lot of stuff that set it up beforehand that sets up the dominoes. And what happens is she knocks down the dominoes, and everything starts falling apart after that. Indirect. I'm not saying she purposely did that to fuck up everyone's life. It's an indirect response that sets off a chain of events that's really yeah.
Yeah. So
go on.
Mary Jane will be in Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, she will be.
And she'll be killed off in 3.
No, Gwen will be killed off in 3, not Mary Jane.
It's a good thing that they're actually bringing this character back. I mean, sure, Gwen, she wasn't in the first one, but now they're bringing her back in the second one. I'm really interested to see what they do with her.
I think she'll be a minor character. I don't think Mary Jane will have a big part in the film.
Is this when Peter goes to college then?
I hope not.
I hope not either, because the majority of Peter Parker's comics, he was in high school, and I think he should remain in high school because he's a kid, and this story is not about a man; it's about this kid. It's about this kid, and he's going through all these responsibilities, and he's being forced to mature fast, and that's one of the biggest dynamics of Peter Parker.
Yeah, like rose himself up to a YouTuber, I think said it best, is everything relevant about Peter Parker happened when he was in high school, and after he graduated from college. Nothing relevant ever happened in college.
Yeah, well, what if they do Peter Parker in college in the Amazing Spider-Man 2?
I think they will, because that's how you met Harry Osborn in it.
Well, him in college is just an event that happens in the comics, or just a phase that happens. You can still write good shit in between, while he's in while he's in college in the movies. I mean, there's a lot of material to work with.
So yeah, maybe they could just have a scene with him visiting a college. It doesn't actually have to be him going to college.
He doesn't have to visit. I would like to see him in college. The thing is, you can still write instead of giving the shitty writing that he was given the shitty writing that he was that was in the comics while I was in college, why don't you give other stories a flow while he was in college? Because there's a lot of iconic stories you can put in film. Because the people who are making these movies, they're playing it, well, at least the Amazing Spider-Man series, they're playing smart. They're aiming for an iconic moment. They're not just doing what Raimi did, where they introduce an iconic moment, but having none of the setups or backups or even the backstories to make what this iconic scene be iconic. Instead they just introduce the scene as oh, this happened in the comics, but it doesn't have any of the setup, the backstory, or anything. So it's just imitating the iconic scene. They're going for the full effect of what makes the iconic scene great, and that's what I love. They're going the iconic route, and I love that.
Let's talk about the villain, Electro. Do you reckon he'll be good in this movie?
I like the fact that they are going with Electro. The reason being is, when I read the comics when I was very young, Electro was not that interesting a villain, because here's the thing. All the time in the comics, I always see him just picking up a spot for a giant group he goes in. In fact, he didn't really do anything memorable on a lot of things memorable on his own. Especially since, well, how do I say this? Okay. Here's the best thing here's the best thing here's the best way to describe his character. A team of supervillains are making another team, like the Sinister Six or the Fearsome Four and something. It's like, okay, we got one slot open. Who do we need? Oh, let's get Max. Let's get Max. He's not doing anything.
Well, when they announced the villains, they said, I believe they hinted or led us to believe that he's not the only villain in the movie.
Yes, yes, I know, but let me finish. You see, here's the thing. Here's the thing. When they do Electro's origin, I think I have a feeling it's going to be a lot more sophisticated. Now, they do hint that there's going to be another villain in the movie, and that's where I think they can write this good. You see, have them introduce the Green Goblin, but not know who he is, and then later on we introduce Norman Osborn in the third movie, and then it's revealed that Norman Osborn is the Green Goblin, and then pow, you got quite a setup after Gwen dies.
Yeah, Osborn's dying anyway, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll throw this out here. First of all, I'm a Carnage fanboy. Carnage is my favorite Spider-Man villain of all time. But how do you guys feel about him ever being in a Spider-Man movie? I think he can't be done. I don't think they should ever do him. But how do you guys feel about that?
Are you talking about Green Goblin?
Carnage.
Oh, Carnage. Oh,
it'll be very interesting.
The way they done with Venom in Spider-Man 3 was horrible.
Yeah, I hated it. It's my favorite character.
It was a bit of a mess, but it's still a good movie to me. I mean, I did enjoy Spider-Man 3.
Okay, Spider-Man 3 is good. It's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Spider-Man.
I'll let you guys finish, and I'll talk about how I feel about Spider-Man.
Spider-Man 3 is good. Is as good as that puke that isn't as bad as the other ones. It's still not good, but hey, at least it's
the puke other one. What's the puke other one?
1 and 2. He's talking about 1 and 2.
No, I'm not talking about 1 and 2. I'm talking about that it's not the worst comic book movie ever made, but it certainly can't be called good. You certainly cannot put good and Spider-Man 3 in the same fucking sentence.
Yes, you can, because I like the movie. Even though it was a bit of a mess with the villains, I still enjoyed the movie.
Well, okay, my turn. Okay, my thoughts on Spider-Man 3. Well, okay. As Goku 48071.
Just call me Goku. I'm Goku.
Okay. As Goku said, it's like puke. It's like puke. Yes, it is. But searching for the good stuff in that movie is like trying to find some meat inside the puke, and they're just gonna eat it. I'm like, no. I'd rather eat a wholesome meal than just eat meat from the frickin' puke. What Raimi did he just did a moral bitch shit on even having the writers want to set up Venom in that movie. You see, what people don't seem to not realize is they wanted to put Venom in the number 4 movie and have Venom be set up in that movie. That one scene you saw at the bell tower, that was supposed to be it. That was all you're supposed to see of Venom. And then Spiderman was supposed to fight the Sandman at that. Sandman was supposed to be the main focus. However, or with a combination of Harry or something. Fuck. And that's where things really start getting a little bit fucked. But the thing is, when you're doing Venom, it is your obligation yourself to do Venom right. And what does Raimi do? Well, he just takes it into his own hands to rush Venom out, and just kill him off completely and almost immediately with a contrived mini plot lines with other villains on the side where you regress Harry's development with fucking brain damage. I'm like, oh my god, Harry's development just stopped. And then you have that contrived plot where you say, or Sandman says, "Oh, I'm not a bad person." I'm like, "Oh, you're a bad person. You carry a gun in your fucking pocket, which is implied that you have fired at cops and random people. You are a bad person. Don't even fucking. I am sick and tired of people defending Sandman saying, "Oh, he's a bad person." Yes, he's a bad person. The number 3. What they did with Sandman, you sort of took away the whole responsibility thing by having Sandman being the murderer. That means you pretty much took away the fact that Peter could have saving his uncle by having the Sandman freaking kill him off. If a little tap on the shoulders is just enough to have the gun go off and kill Uncle Ben, then a random person or a random cop coming near him saying, "Hey!" and he would have let the gun blow off and kill that old motherfucker anyway. By doing that, you just took in the death of Uncle Ben out of Peter's hands and pretty much retconned the whole "with great power comes great responsibility" thing. And to add more salt to the irony. To add more salt to the irony, he let it, instead of just arresting us or just taking out Sandman like he should have, he freaking lets him go. So after all the people he's killed and injured, you're gonna let their assaults and deaths go and not have any justice by just letting a full-blown criminal go? Are you fucking kidding me? And let's not forget that the relationship with Mary Jane, Peter and Mary Jane went absolutely nowhere now, considering the fact that Spider-Man 1, she finally realizes him because of his powers. That's not shallow at all. Number 2, but he's unable to date him, so he lets him go. Number 2, he's now flirting with her, even though she's engaged, which is not ethically, morally wrong at all. And then, so not only that confirms that Peter's a douchebag, but Mary Jane's a bigger bitch because she dumps the groom at the frickin' altar. So the douchebag and the bitch. Wow, they make such a perfect couple. But now finally they're fucking together. Nope, in Spider-Man 3 they break the couple apart. So wow, we're back to square one. Fuck this movie.
I know, I agree. I agree with you. First of all, Spider-Man 3, is a fucking mess. There are good parts in the movie. The one thing I like to bring up is that I think they get some of the story, like I think they don't get Eddie Brock right, but I think they get the story of Eddie Brock right.
No, they didn't get the story of Eddie Brock right either. You want me to tell you the story of Eddie Brock in the comics?
Okay.
Eddie Brock was not a photographer. He was a journalist working for a killer called the Sin Eater. And when Spider-Man caught the real Sin, and when Peter Parker caught the real Sin Eater, Brock was laughed upon, fired from his journalistic job. He lost his house. He lost his wife left him. He lost his job. He lost his credibility. He was very angry. And because of Spider-Man doing the right thing, he didn't wish for Peter Parker to die. What he did is he went to the church to ask for redemption. Because it gets throughout his whole journalistic job, he was instead of taking this murderer who was a self-compulsive he was a compulsive he was a compulsive talker who is also a murderer. Instead of arresting this dude, he let people really thought he was a Sin Eater, and he would not tell anyone who his client was. So he would not tell him where he was. And it said Eddie Brock wanted to build a story on him, and when Peter finally found him, Eddie lost all his credibility, everything. He lost literally everything. His credibility, his job, his wife, everything. And but Eddie Brock in the movies, the dude takes pictures of Spider-Man because he wanted to scheme Parker out of his job. And when Peter pretty much did the right thing and started acting like how Peter Parker really would, he broke his camera. Eddie Brock decided, hey, I'm gonna get back at this guy. So you know what? I'm gonna make my money whether it's a scam or not. So he scams the Daily Bugle. Peter Parker catches him. And Eddie Brock cheats and loses. So guess what? Even while Peter Parker had the symbiote, he was still doing the right thing. Eddie Brock cheated and he lost. And then when he goes to the church, he asks God himself to kill Peter Parker. If that's not the setup for the biggest douche in the entire world, I do not know what is.
Okay. Does anybody, does anybody want to bring up a new topic?
Well, we were talking about the Amazing Spider-Man, weren't we?
Yes, are we done, or do you have more to talk about the Amazing Spider-Man?
I think we're done. I think we're definitely done.
Okay, yeah, cool, fine. You want to talk about something else?
What do you want to talk about? Goku.
What? Goku? Huh?
Yeah, that's his name, Goku.
What did I talk about? You said you wanted to talk about the Avengers a long time ago, did you?
I wanted to talk about the new update to Dragon Ball Z Battle of Gods.
Oh, okay. I do know some stuff about the new movie that's coming out. If you want to know some of the information.
Yeah, go for it.
Well, compared to Majin Buu, Majin Buu is like a baby compared to the God of Destruction. In fact, the God of Destruction is able to hold Goku, Super Saiyan 3 Goku, back with one finger.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot of power. I heard Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta and Super Saiyan 3 Go Vegeta might be in the movie.
There's nothing confirmed for that. In fact,
it's only a rumor. It's only a rumor. But if it's true, that would be awesome.
I think I already know what's going to happen. Goku and Vegeta are going to fuse together, but a Super Saiyan 2 Gogeta is not going to be enough. So what they're going to do is that they're going to have a Super Saiyan 3 Gogeta. That's that's the best thing you can do to defeat something like that.
What I'm hoping, like, one thing I have not seen from this that's kind of worrying me, because my channel's kind of got a weird name. I'm a Gohan fanboy, and I don't see Gohan anywhere.
Gohan was in the trailers.
Yeah, but do you does he fight in the trailers?
Well, he is suited up for battle, and he is becoming a Super Saiyan. You don't become a Super Saiyan for no reason.
Okay, I've only seen the trailers once. I probably missed that. I'm just hoping Gohan gets something in here because he is a major character of the series. I'm one of those people that I think Dragon Ball is mainly about Goku, and I think Dragon Ball Z is really about Goku and Gohan. But Gohan is a major character in Dragon Ball Z, and it'd be a shame for him to just be overlooked like he was in GT.
Well, you might get your wish. Who knows?
Who's that second character with bills then? The God of Destruction? Is that a Koi then? Or
I don't know. No one knows crap about him right now.
Who's the God of Destruction? Is he the
It's Bills. It's the rabbit. You says.
Okay.
The rabbit is the Egyptian rabbit is the God of Destruction.
Okay. So he's the main villain, or is it that Egyptian-looking guy?
They're both apparently the main. They're both apparently the main villains, but this Egyptian rabbit's getting all the spotlight. So, yeah, okay. We'll just even though they're both considered the main villains, we'll just put all the spotlight on this Egyptian rabbit for now.
This movie's going to be good. The Japanese government are behind this.
Well, I already know this movie is gonna be good, but the most ironic thing is, 20th Century Fox made an unexpected donation for the movie. There's two ironies to this. You see, not only that 20th Century Fox made an unexpected donation to the movie, which makes me think they're trying to redeem themselves after what they did with the live-action BBC movie. But guess what Akira Toriyama said when he said he was being involved with this movie? He directly says, I'm making this movie out of revenge for a certain other film that happened.
Well, I know that Akira Toriyama did say this somewhere. Is that he said this is the most he's ever been involved on a Dragon Ball Z anime project.
Yeah, so I just love how Toriyama dishes on DBE by saying I'm making this. I decided to make this movie. Because out of revenge for a certain other movie that happened.
Yeah, John, you're back. Yeah, we're talking about
how do you feel about Battle of the Gods, the Dragon Ball Z movie?
I think it's gonna be cool. I just don't like the villain. He looks like a rabbit.
He looks like a rabbit. So what?
Have you seen picture, John?
Huh?
Well, I don't mind he looks like a rabbit. I mean, hell, Fat Boo looked a lot more ridiculous, but that doesn't.
I don't know, but when he got scary, he looks scary. Hopefully, when this guy gets scary, he'll look scary. So I don't know.
Oh yeah.
He will.
Oh yeah.
Aren't like every major Dragon Ball Z villain have like 8 billion different forms?
Yeah, but they're like Cell was all that's cool.
Well, here's the thing. I don't think this guy is going to have any forms. I think this guy is just going to be pure blown fucking powerful. He doesn't need no fucking transformation. This guy
Super
is
Saiyan
fucking,
3 Vegeta.
I don't think Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta is going to be in this. He's still to this day non-canon. But what I'm saying is, I don't think this Egyptian rabbit god even needs any forms. He's so freaking powerful. I think he's just a major threat all on his own.
I want Bruce Faulkner's music and fucking English dub, and I'm good.
Me too. I heard they got an English dub. I heard it could have released sometime in North America. I don't know.
I don't need. Okay. I don't need the Bruce Faulkner dub to enjoy something. But hey, I think it would be cool. I think it would be cool to have an English dub, which is almost guaranteed now since the English actors are so on board with it.
But didn't they not do Yo Go Son Goku, whatever the fuck, Returns or something?
But apparently they're on board with this one. So I really don't know. But I'm glad this movie's getting made because after Yo Son Goku and His Friends Returns, it was good. It brought a lot of Dragon Ball humor back, but it just did not have that action feel that I was so hoping to happen.
Yeah, but the animation was good.
It was good, but it's just, to me, my opinion, I like the latest ones, episode of Bardock and
I never liked the episode of Bardock. Sorry.
It was cool seeing him turn Super Saiyan.
It was a what-if scenario, but I liked it.
That's why I want to establish that people seem to really miss the point on. That Bardock special is non-canon. Maybe Bardock the Father of Goku is canon, but that thing right there is not canon because it retcons a lot of shit from DBZ.
Well, I mean,
it was still kind of cool, a little.
It is cool. You don't think I watch some non-canon shit? Sometimes I watch the Garlic Junior. Sometimes I watch the Junior Saga just for shits and giggles and nostalgia. That doesn't mean I actually put it in as canon for the rest of the series.
Well,
I also watch a lot of the DBZ movies, and I don't consider them canon with the original canon. I say they are good for movie villains and all that stuff. There's a lot of controversy on Cooler, whether or not he was supposed to be in the series. Toriyama has hinted that Cooler was planned to be in the series, but he rejected that because he did not want a lot of storytelling focused on Frieza's whole entire family.
That was cool, though. That movie was badass. The second one was alright.
The second one was good, but
It was good.
I love working with Cooler.
I will say this, only 2 Dragon Ball Z movies are canon. The History of Bardock and the Trunks movie are canon.
You mean Bardock, the Father of Goku, and...
Yeah, History of Trunks, yeah.
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 Sorry, I butchered that.
They're great movies. Those 2, I could see them just making a movie about them movies. Like, why don't they just make that live action? Just start with Trunks. Live action Trunks movie.
Well, you see, the History of Trunks is sort of how do I say this? A sequel. It's sort of a sequel after the Frieza saga. You gotta establish shit in Dragon Ball. You gotta establish shit in Z, or else people are not gonna know what these characters are. They're not gonna know what a Super Saiyan transformation is. You see, the thing is with a lot of Z keep forgetting is that you cannot do Z before Dragon Ball because Z would not be what it is without Dragon Ball.
I mean, I could still see them doing a Dragon Ball movie. They could do it right.
Not finished. You see, you cannot just make a movie for the fans only. You need something for wider audiences.
That's what the fuck they tried to do in Evolution, and look what happened. They tried to make it all humanized and garbage.
Wait, you have to let me finish. What Evolution did was, they thought the original plot was stupid, so they went for a complete abandonment of what the original was. Now, Avengers. You see, what they did with Avengers is they got all the origins of all the characters right in a very respectful manner, and then they did Avengers. That is plot development done right, and it did justice. That was spectacular, and I applauded so much. I mean, I went to see the movie 5 times. I was like, this was something with actual effort and actually did right.
If you could say one good thing about Evolution, what would you say? You have to pick one good thing, though.
Oh my God.
Zero nothing for me.
The credits?
I don't know. I like Piccolo.
Well, oh my God. Piccolo was a walking plot hole.
I mean, he looked like him. He looked good.
Well,
I will say this.
Wait. We're getting off tangent. Well, okay. one thing I like about the movie. Well, I'm not. Well, okay. I'm not picky towards music, so I'll just say with the Japanese soundtrack, and that's it.
Okay. I'm gonna say that I do like the look of Goku. I actually did think they did, other than the hair, I think they did the look of Goku pretty good. I think the actor looked close enough. I think the suit was fairly fake.
Well, okay. Let me see what I want to say about Piccolo and the suit of Goku. Okay, Piccolo. Everything he touched. The reason why I did not like Piccolo is because, well, I think he might next to Chatwin, he might single-handedly be the worst part of the plot in the entire movie because every single thing he touches in the plot, it turns to shit. Because think about this. Everything that Piccolo builds up for, it ends up getting convoluted. And when it goes up to the big moment where it's supposed to be the plot twist, does it make sense? I don't think so. Nothing makes sense. And let's see, Goku suit. I think they could have done way more better.
He had like no reason to even wear it at one point. He just put it on like while they were crashing. It was ridiculous.
Let me finish. Well, exactly what pissed me off said. I agree with that, but also, well, okay. Imagine if Goku was like training upside down on his doing hand balancing push-ups, cartwheel push-ups, or where it was. And imagine if that little dress went downwards over him. Oh my God, that would look so fucking bad. See, that's why that suit doesn't work. You see the suit in Dragon Ball was made a different way to be more flexible instead of or movable instead of just how should I say this? Not so
to me, it felt like they tried to make Dragon Ball into Smallville. Like that's what it looked like.
Yes, that is. Okay. That's another thing. Yeah. Well, Smallville was kind of a.
It was good, but I liked it. I like Smallville. I still do.
It started off good. It started off good until later episodes. But let's let Goku talk.
Okay. All I was saying is, you're saying pick one good thing about the movie. If the worst part of that movie, if the worst part of that movie would have been Goku, would have been the look of Goku, none of us would be here complaining about this movie. Okay.
Well, it's not the okay. I don't give a fuck if Goku's Caucasian.
I didn't mind that.
The thing is, it's mostly the actor and the way he was portrayed.
I said the look of Goku. I did not say the actor. I'll give you the actor was not Goku at all. I'm just saying if the look of Goku was the worst part of that movie, none of us here would be complaining.
If they ever do another Dragon Ball movie, make Tom Welling be Goku.
That's I agree with Goku. It's not the look of Goku. I'm pissed off about. It's the actor and the way they written him, because oh my God. I want to ask you guys right now. Why the fuck were those bullies even remotely bullying him at all? Can you name one good reason? They were bullying him worse than Tobey Maguire did in the first Spider-Man movie. This is not bullying. This is straight up fucking murder here.
Well, the thing about it is you're correct. That was a contrived scene that didn't add up to anything, that ultimately was just there to make Goku an outcast. When the story of Goku, he is an outcast because he doesn't know about the world, and the idea of it is he's supposed to be a naive kid who goes into this world not knowing anything about anything. Like all of us probably know this scene, but I'll bring up this scene. Is the scene where he, early on, after he's beat Bulma, and he doesn't know that he's a male and she's a female, and, he's like, oh, you saw me naked, and she's like, oh, there's differences between boys and girls, and that's to show the character. The character didn't even know different sexes.
The problem is what you're describing is social awkwardness. You see, you need a shuffle of people. You need a shuffle of people to make a social outcast. You need Goku was not not a social outcast. He was more of just a guy with awkward social skills, because he was never introduced to the world until the beginning of Dragon Ball. This kid, I'll just call him Geeko. He's been with the social norms for a long time, and for some reason he's being well, I'm not gonna say bullied. He's been hit and murdered. Attempted hit and murdered for some time now, and no one can even justify why these people are trying to murder him.
I mean, they tried to run him over.
They tried to run him over, and also also got some crowbars and tried to smash his fucking skull in.
Yeah.
This is fucking abnormal shit right here.
I mean,
Fuck Dragon Ball.
the point is that I used to kind of defend that movie back in the day. The only reason why is because everyone basically said it was like I know one of my friends said it was when I gave it a 5 out of 10. One of my friends was like, yeah, you can give it a 5 out of 100. And I didn't think it was an utter piece of shit. I just thought it was a piece of shit.
Well, okay, so what you're saying is that it's not an utter piece of shit, but it's still a piece of shit regardless. So that doesn't make...
Is Batman and Robin better?
You can't really change the identity. It's still a piece of shit regardless.
Yes, it is. Okay, at least Batman and Robin was laughably bad, but you can still enjoy it. You can still entertain.
I don't know. I consider DVE Batman and Robin territory. If not maybe a bigger insult, because, well, okay. Let's look at you have to also look at where the directors were going when they were making the movies. Okay, for example, Joe Schumacher. The reason why he made the movies, believe it or not, I actually listened to the Blu-ray commentary on that freaking movie. He was not aiming for the Adam West thing. No, he just wanted to make an entertaining film, because you know how Jim Carrey was in Batman Forever, so he wanted to emulate that once again, and he failed fucking miserably. And in fact, that's something he wanted to get out of the way when he mentioned in his commentary on the movie. However, with Dragon Ball Evolution, it was a complete utter abandonment because they thought the source material sucked.
George Clooney sucked, man.
Yeah.
And I'll be right back.
I don't understand.
I gotta go piss. I'll be right back.
Alright, can I talk?
Yeah.
Yeah, go on.
Alright. Dragon Ball Evolution, when I first saw it, I watched it on demand. I did not go to the theaters. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna watch it on demand, see how it plays out. And it turned out to be a piece of shit and a piece of pile of garbage. I felt like I was watching how I put it, a baby kid just thought, what if they would fuck up Dragon Ball and shake it up into a horrible way? And I had to watch some Dragon Ball Z movies to remind me what is Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. Oh shit!
It was like when I was facing the minions, that lava thing. John was saying like it looks like PlayStation 2 graphics.
It looks worse.
Yeah, it was. The Grade 8. God, he didn't even look like Grade 8.
That Grade, it's not a Grade 8. It's an Uzaru, and that Uzaru in the movie, when I saw the CGI, I was like, the CGI in the commercials look much more better than this shit.
Did you see originally what they were going to go with?
He looked like a fish.
Yeah.
Or shit.
Yeah, he did look like a fish. But what I'm saying is that
what I was gonna ask you before you left is how could you hate The Dark Knight Rises?
I don't hate it. I'm disappointed in it.
Why?
That's my fault.
Okay, okay. Well, you need to let me finish when I'm talking. Okay. Okay. I don't like The Dark Knight Rises because, well, okay, it's a giant contradiction to everything that was set up in the first two Batman films. For example, okay, and sometimes it also makes Batman seem a little bit out of character. Now, before you go on a range tangent on me, let me establish this, okay? Okay, Bruce Wayne, for no fucking reason at all, quits for 7 years until 7 or 8 years, yeah. And I was like, why would you quit? I mean, because I said this when Batman Begins came out, and I said this right when The Dark Knight came out. I said that in Batman Begins, why don't they just get rid of Rachel? And then in Dark Knight Rises, they got rid of Rachel. I was like, finally, they got rid of this heartwarming bitch, because she is the literal stone, the anchor that was holding Batman down. Because because she exploits a freaking weakness. And that's the thing with Batman. He has no room for freaking weaknesses. And because in the comics and even the cartoon series, they got that right, because dating other people, including superheroes, can interfere with his real life events, and also it also exploits a weakness in him, and it'll put him in a much better shape for battle or anything else. And after this, 7 years goes by, and he's quitted, presumably because of Rachel, because he cannot get over her death, and like, Bruce Wayne would not do this.
Can I just say one thing?
Yeah?
He did not quit because of Rachel. He was still fucked up over Rachel, but the reason why he quit was because the fact that he wasn't needed. Harvey Dent cleared up the streets. That's the reason. And as soon as he was needed, he returned as Batman.
Well, okay. Problem with this. Directly after this night, he just ups and leaves. The city was still in that.
It was never said that he left right then. Because there was time when he was making the reactor, he was still trying to help Gotham, but just not as Batman. He was still doing stuff. At some point, he stopped, though.
The reactor was made out of Bruce just made out of just Bruce just throwing money at it. That same thing with the freaking orphans. So it was just made out of, well, Bruce Wayne's finance.
I don't know. I don't think it was ever stated when he stopped exactly, because the Batcave was fixed. Why would he fix that if he wasn't going to be Batman anymore?
Which that? Oh, you're talking about the first Batcave. It's implied that the Batcave was fixed a year.
Yeah, I know, but my point is why would he fix the Batcave if he wasn't going to be Batman anymore? He had a reason for it.
Because even Batman himself needs two bases of operation to be Batman in case another place blows over. That's something he learned in Batman Begins.
Yeah, well, yeah, he still wanted to be Batman. It's just that he wasn't needed. Even Alfred was like, "You're just waiting things for to go bad again."
I kind of call. I'm sorry, but I kind of call bullshit. He kind of was needed, because right after he left in the Dark Knight, there was still
like
organized
crimes. You're saying, right?
Not petty crimes, organized crimes. There's still there's even in Batman Begins, they were talking about escalations. They were talking about a lot of things. Organized crimes.
Yeah, because Goku was saying that the other day, that like you can't stop small crimes. There's no city where there's no crime, but
yeah, there is
the movie.
There is no city with no crimes. But Gotham was considered to be the most corrupt city in the entire world. I mean, it would give I mean, it was more corrupt than New York and Detroit combined. And
let me talk about Detroit. I live in Detroit. Detroit is fucked up.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's exactly what I'm talking about. And I mean, this is a place that would give Detroit and New York a run for its money. Along with organized crime. Organized crime is not petty crime. This is organized shit, purely professional. And right after the Dark Knight, it's already implied that he's left for 7 years. You count the years right after that. That would imply that Batman gave up directly after that night, when even then the streets of Gotham definitely need him, because you cannot just get rid of. It would take forever for the cops to get rid of organized crime. With Batman, it's a lot more simpler. That's why the cops were sort of depending on him. But somehow, because of the Harvey Dent Act, the streets are magically cleaned up after 7 years. I'm not saying they were completely cleaned up. I mean, obviously there's crime in Gotham, but just that stuff. But it's more cleaner than it ever has been in years. In fact, it's been declared one of the most safest places to live until the whole thing is the whole truth of why of the Dent Act was leaked because of Bane. Now people are now this goes into the League of Shadows. Why would League of Shadows come back? Because Gotham's peace was based on a lie. Now. Okay. That's what a lot of Nolan fans like to defend. But here's the thing: yes, it's peace based on a lie, but it's peace nonetheless. And that's the thing that they seem to miss. And here's the thing: why would Bane even know about this, considering the fact that this whole thing was kept under Dent. No, not Dent. Dent was the only person that knew about his crimes, and then later on it was Commissioner Gordon and Batman and the Commissioner's family. The only people that know about it are those few people, and they kept very hush hush about it. And it's been shown throughout the Dark Knight Rises. Okay, so how the hell did Bane figure this out? Except for
Well, Talia was still involved. Talia was around Gotham. She didn't know about Harvey Dent, but she knew that the crime was still there. It was just based on a lie, I guess. I don't know.
Yes, but she was introduced in the third movie, so I'm like, where has she been when the Joker was like the main focus of this whole entire scene? The only thing that's implied is that Bane figured this thing out through that freaking speech. When here's the thing: where the hell did he get the speech?
He got the speech from Commissioner Gordon when he was underground.
Underground?
Yeah.
Was he directly kidnapped? Was he directly kidnapped after that speech? Because
No. He got kidnapped. He got kidnapped before Bane told the world about Harvey Dent. He got kidnapped and had the speech in his pocket, and that's how.
No. I'm saying, was he kidnapped after the supposed speech he was supposed to make, even though he did not have the courage to bring it out? Which I think that was a couple nights after. So you're telling me he still had that speech inside his suit the entire time?
I guess so. Yeah, you got a point.
When that is a speech that Batman and Harvey Dent would know to keep hush and hide it in some sort of a locked drawer somewhere where no one can find that. Because if that got into the wrong hands, the city of Gotham would turn into fucking chaos once again. And maybe this might be a minor nitpick, but have you seen the bikers get away with those hostages? If you look very closely at those scenes, those policemen were not even firing at them. I mean, they were doing motorbike tricks over frickin' police cars, and they were like right close to the policemen, and they were having their guns locked and loaded.
Well, they had hostages and shit, so I don't know. Maybe they didn't want to risk the hostages.
Well, yeah, but it just looked kind of I don't know. It looked like they were like in spitting distance of them shooting it directly at the bikers, not the hostages. In fact, there were some bikers that did not even have hostages, and he could have shot one of them. But another small nitpick of mine is that that gun that they showed in the trailers that looked like it would shoot like a plasma beam or something, and ended up shooting a few bullets, and I'm like, what the hell was that about? That, I mean, that's kind of a, I mean, that was kind of a loss of hype. Also, but now I'm going to get into the nitty-gritty territory, and that's,
I want to make a comment first.
Okay.
Now this goes to the comics, which I know John or what pisses me off is going to tell me that it's not the comic book Batman, but in the comic book Batman basically is so psychotic that he thinks that he can actually eliminate crime, and the only way he'd retire is if crime disappeared. Period.
Well, no, there was a What If comic based on that called The Dark Knight Returns, where
I got that book.
Presumably he retired because of Tim Drake after his murder, because he saw his Batman identity as a darker half of himself, maybe even a demon in some ways. But then he realizes that no, he is needed in Gotham, and that he took the wrong course of action, and after that he went the distance and returned, and also yeah, you know what I'm saying. Which they did kind of adapt to this movie very in a very shitty way, but I'll get onto that later. Now I'm going to get onto the nitty-gritty points of this, okay? Doesn't it piss people off that Bane is once again just another lackey for someone else? Because Talia al Ghul is the person that pretty much thought of this whole entire freaking scheme. And that just leads up to Bane just being all brawn once again. And not only that, but it's also revealed that Bane is now a pedophile. That's great stuff. That's great. What else? Maybe it's a minor nitpick, but the girl that played Talia al Ghul is ugly. Every time she's on screen, oh my god, she's the ugliest son of a bitch I've ever seen in any Batman film ever. I'm like, oh my god, I'm glad she's Talia al Ghul so she can fucking die. She was the ugliest daughter of a bitch I've ever seen. What else? Okay, now I'm finally going to get to the nitty-gritty. Okay, Batman finally returns, and well, I mean, he's fighting with Bane. Now, the thing that what was so great about Bane finally breaking Batman in the comics is that Bane was Batman's equal. Literally. Or maybe his superior in some ways, because he managed to outsmart Batman in his prime. Where he did the most simplest thing in the world. He busts a hole in the wall and just lets all the criminals out of Arkham, and he just has Batman just wail on all of them until he's completely emotionally, mentally, physically exhausted. And when he comes to Batman, he lets him while Batman's just beating on all the criminals, Bane is sparring, getting himself into mental, physical shape for his final fight with Batman. And then when he fights Batman, breaks him mentally, physically. It is so iconically shocking, because Batman in his prime, he falls. That is something that no one will forget. This is not Batman in the movies. This is Batman in his prime that the movies have not shown yet. Batman in his absolute physical, mental prime. And he falls. And not only that, but the backbreaker was kind of pussified, because if you look at the backbreaker in the comics, he did a full-on backbreaker, full-on. I think the back broke into four pieces, literally. But when you look at the movie, he bounced off his knee. He literally bounced. In fact, You know, like Pastor Jeffrey put a squeaky sound effect on the knee. I'm gonna do my own version then, and just put a bouncing sound effect off it. And it's literally ridiculous. I don't think he even broke his back. They need to put more effort into that. And number two, when Batman's fighting Bane, it's not the fact that Bane ultimately surpasses Batman. Okay. Oh yeah, it's established that Bane is better than Batman in the comics, but it's for a totally different reason. In fact, it's a much more justified reason. In this, Bane is just better. I mean, he's the guy with he's 8 sides of beef. His body's literally 8 sides of beef. You don't want to fuck with this guy, and. I mean, you can do iron on this guy's fucking abs, and your clothes are just fine. He is that guy you do not want to fucking mess with. I was like, oh great, this guy's all brawn. Therefore, the symbolism is fucking gone. Not only that, but you have a Batman who is a wannabe Batman. It's like, listen, Bruce, you're 40 fucking years old. And you're gonna want to take this guy out. You're a sham. You're not like you used to be. You're a mess, dude. You want to take this motherfucker on, and he does, and he goes all fist brawls, and I'm like, really? You have daggers that you can fucking slice this motherfucker, and you're gonna. What? And this Bane guy, it's like, no wonder this Bane guy's fucking kicking your ass. I mean, not just because you're physically rusty, but also because you're fucking sucking as a fighter right now. And not only that, but before this whole thing happens, oh my God! This is gonna lead up to me bashing on the Tim Burton and Joel Schumacher's Alfred. But okay. Bruce does to Alfred what the Tim Burton's Batman and Joel Schumacher's Batman should have done with Alfred a long time ago. He's like, get the fuck out of here! I'm like. That's what should have happened to the Alfred in the Tim Burton movies. Seriously. He invites his girlfriend into his secret fucking laboratory and I'm like, damn, Alfred, you're one step away from getting fired. But no, then you get Robin in there, and I'm like, God damn, the security in this place is fucking trash. Then Batgirl comes in, and then they say exactly what I said in Batman Forever. Or no, actually no, even worse. They're like, we gotta tighten security on the Batcave. I'm like, wait, really? and I'm like, so he fires Alfred just for telling him that he fires Alfred just for telling him the truth, and I'm all like,
he didn't fire him. Alfred
he didn't
left.
fire him. He just walked.
Yeah, Alfred left on his own.
Oh, I thought Bruce said.
He said goodbye, Alfred, because he figured that he's just gonna leave anyway. He was gonna leave anyway.
But didn't he say goodbye, Alfred, before?
Well, yeah. Well, no. He said goodbye, Alfred. No, Alfred was like, leaving is all I have left to make you understand. And then he's like, okay, goodbye, Alfred, because he knew that was the only way he was gonna leave.
I'm gonna have to rewatch the movie again to see who if Bruce kicked him out or not, because I seem to remember I seem to remember Bruce saying get out of here or goodbye, Alfred, before Alfred even left. Because going out to the rest of the movie. Let's see. Bane's also confirmed to be a pedophile, and he was rejected out of it. He was rejected from being in the League of Shadows because he loved Talia. Now here's the thing. That might sound romantic if she wasn't underage. That's where everything goes out the window for me. I was like, really? Dane's a pedophile now? Oh God, damn! Now
he was only the protector of the kid. It's not like he was fucking the kid.
No,
but okay.
No. You see, there's a reason why all the people in the in the underground jail cell wanted to beat the living shit out of him, and it's not the family love, it's the love.
Be right back. Yo, I'll be right back.
Sorry.
Anywho, yeah, I agree with you.
Let me see. Then there's Catwoman, who is actually good, who is actually spot on with the comics version, except the fact, guess what? She had no point in this movie. Literally, you can write this whole entire movie, and she would have no fucking point. And
well, I know that the real Manos basically said that about oh crap, what's his name? Blake's character.
Blake's character? Blake's character? I never saw that movie. What's the movie about?
No. John Blake in.
I'm about to get to him after Catwoman. In fact, I want to wait till what pisses me off gets back, because I want to explain this to him, because oh god, I have so much contempt for that character. It's not even fucking funny.
What it is with Blake's character, he's got 3 elements of Tim Drake.
Wait until I get back, okay? Wait until what pisses me off when what pisses me off gets back. I'll explain exactly what's wrong with that character. Hey, Lisa John, you back?
Well, this is me. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
You talking about John Blake?
Well, no. I didn't explain this to Lisa John yet. Okay, there's also Catwoman who is spot on with the comics. I will say that. I'm like, awesome. They did her character right, except for the fact that she literally served no purpose in this movie. In fact, you can actually write this whole entire movie without her, without her at all. Seriously, and that's what really pisses me off. You did a character right, and there was literally no point for her. And it doesn't help when her best friend is fucking annoying. Seriously, I did not like Catwoman's best friend, even though okay, they were raised under harsh circumstances, but And then, oh my god, one of my biggest gripes in the movie, John frickin' Blake. I hate this character. I've always hated this character, and I'll never stop hating this character. John Blake is the biggest Gary Sue of the entire frickin' Nolan franchise. You're willing to tell me that? Okay. I was raised under similar circumstances, and the fact that I'm a master detective, I managed to see through your eyes and know exactly that you're Batman. So what you're implying is that he's a better fucking detective than frickin' Batman. And I'm like, wow, that's the biggest slap in the face I ever seen in a long frickin' time. And this leads up to the friggin' ending where, okay, Batman was taking the bomb, and then he retcons the message of the first Batman Begins movie, saying anyone can be Batman. Anyone can be Batman. You just have to have good intentions. Wrong. The message behind Batman Begins, but the symbol of why he wore that suit, even in the comics, the reason why he wore that suit is because that scene. He was in the plane. He was telling Alfred, as a person, I can be destroyed. I can be ridiculed. I can be ignored. But as a symbol, I can be so much more. As a person, they can physically, mentally destroy me. They can ridicule me. They can tear me down. But as a symbol, they can't do that. You don't know my weaknesses. You don't know me. You don't know nothing. Batman is more than a hero. He's a symbol. You can he was meant to inspire people not to be afraid of he's meant to show that people to not be afraid of this corruption that was going through Gotham. For example, those people, those copycats that are in the Dark Knight, they had good intentions, but guess what? They were rejected by Batman because they failed to see what Batman was about.
I just have to put in for 10 seconds because you mentioned Dark Knight and those guys, and there's a line in that movie that I don't like, and I think they had a better line, and I want all your guys' opinions really quick.
Yeah.
Basically, they say, "Oh, why can you do it, but we can't?" And Bruce Wayne says, "Because I don't wear hockey pads," which I would have used. I don't need guns.
That would be more Bruce. But at the same time, the line he said was also not too far away from Bruce as well. It also adds a little comedy, which I kind of liked it. But again, now that I told you what the symbol is about, after retconning the symbol, he supposedly gets blown up. With the whole blown up, Gotham City already knows Bruce is now Batman, so therefore Bruce cannot return as Batman. They have
How did they know? They don't know.
Commissioner Gordon found out. And,
Commissioner Gordon was really Gordon, Catwoman knew, and John Blake knew.
That's the thing.
And Morgan Freeman. You
see, the point is they thought he was dead. Therefore, they honored him. In the end, they had a freaking statue dedicated towards him.
They all know he's alive, though. They all know he's alive.
Let me get to the point. You see. Then later on, the biggest slap in the face moment is that they figure out that they don't figure it out, but Bruce Wayne it's shown directly that Bruce Wayne literally faked his death, and he literally goes to that one restaurant with Selena of all people, and I'm like thinking to yourself, You're fucking Bruce Wayne, the rich multi-billionaire fucking playboy, and you're not gonna even disguise yourself after you freaking fake your own death. I mean, for fuck's sake, if people can still remember what Tupac looks like after so many fucking years, they're gonna know who you look like. And number two.
I mean, he was in another country. It's not like if the freaking first lady from freaking France walked around with no stuff on, you would know who she was.
I can recall celebrities from.
I'm talking about a celebrity from another country that comes here. I guarantee you would not know who they are. He was in another country.
Okay, that's like implying that I wouldn't know who Osama bin Laden is, even though he was from another country.
He's a fucking terrorist. Of course you know who he is. I'm talking about like a celebrity that was popular in because he was rich. Do you know any rich celebrities that you know of in another country that you can name right now?
Well, actually, yes.
David Beckham.
Well, you just named one, Goku. I was about to say that. But the thing is, Bruce is a big name guy. Certainly, one person is going to notice him, and yet nobody freaking notices him. And another thing is, this is another thing that goes against Batman, because he just does not quit like that, especially recklessly quits like that. If they would have done this movie right, they would have done something like, okay, they zoom in from right before the credits start. They have Bruce Wayne in his bat suit, puts his hand on his parents' grave, implying that my journey is not done yet. I still have more to do, and I'm going to see this out to the very end. That is Bruce right there. But no, we're now forced to I'll
be right back. Keep talking.
All right.
But no, we're forced to believe that Bruce is okay. Now I'm forced to call Bruce Quitter Man, and now he's given his cape and cowl to John Blake, who through a will that he left for him. And I'm like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? For example, John Blake has not, who is ironically named Robin. Slap in the face to the Robin fans. And okay, John Blake has not went through the training at all that Batman 7 years of training that Batman has made. as made when throughout the comics and even Batman Begins. So you're telling me you're gonna give him his cape and cowl to a person who has good intentions, yet he has not had the proper training. Look what happened to Harvey Dent. He had good intentions, and look what happened to friggin' him. That's exactly my point. You don't just give your cape and cowl to someone who apparently has good intentions, and you're just that's I think that's about half the reasons why I don't like the okay, I'm disappointed in The Dark Knight Rises. It's a good movie. It's just a blah Batman movie.
Yeah. I just want to say this. You were mentioning earlier about the ending, and or you were mentioning earlier about the ending, how they're sitting at the diner, and you would rather have seen Batman at the end. I just thought of a scene that would have been cool. Wouldn't have worked in this film, but if this had been the ending, if the ending, instead of that scene, if the ending had been, you see Batman, but then next to Batman you see a shadowy figure with a cape in the ground, and then you see a figure with a construct, and then you see a guy running around them. Do you get going?
I don't know. I don't know what you're. Okay, details on what you're saying. Okay. Are you talking about Are you talking about Donald Blake as Robin? Well, that I already.
No. What I'm talking about is you see Batman. Okay. Then next to him is a tall guy, a muscular guy. You don't really see any of the colors on his outfit, but you see a cape moving, and then you see a guy next to them with a construct, with a mental construct of green. Then you see a guy running around the entire group.
In a restaurant?
No. This is outside.
Okay.
Can I guess?
The symbolization is the Justice League.
Well, okay. Now here's my argument against that. Who is this guy? Who's this guy that suddenly just came out of nowhere? That's what I want to know. I'm just saying. You said the whole Batman wearing the costume, putting it on, and I just thought, and the idea of seeing the Justice League in shadow form next to Batman, I think would have been a cool way of kind of obviously it doesn't work for the context of this movie. I completely agree with that. I'm just saying the symbolization of that I think would be cool. That's all I'm saying. It would be cool. They would it would be cool, and yet it wouldn't be cool because this is supposed to be like what this movie was going for is this is supposed to be a departure from Bruce finally having a normal life and just throwing something completely different story element like the Justice League, which is something that the Nolan movies were completely not aiming for. Aiming for at the end as a symbolized construct would kind of be a little bit uneven fitting, so to speak. But the thing is what I'm trying to say is Nolan was aiming for the exact opposite of what Batman is about. He's literally aiming for Batman just relieving his duties as Batman and finally having a normal life. When the thing is, Batman cannot have a normal life. That's the thing with him. He is freaking. He's mentally ill. He's a guy. And not only that, but when he took the identity of Batman, he acknowledged that he cannot have a normal life after that. He literally can't. Once you go into the shadows, there is no way. In fact, there's already a symbolized message in the Batman Begins movie. Once you go into the darkness, you cannot come out. And due to some poor I'm stuck between saying poor directing or some contrived plot convenience that somehow he got out of the darkness. No, you cannot do that. This is something you get. This is something you cannot run away from.
And it's kind of convenient that when Batman quits, no other villain comes to town. Like, it's like, oh, okay.
I mean, just think about this. He's leaving his cape and cowl to Donald Blake, and and I said before, he has good intentions, but he does not have the training of Batman. And look how easily corrupted Harvey Dent was, and he was like pretty much the soul of Gotham. I mean, hell, Joker has broke up more, God knows how many times he has in the comics, and you're gonna leave whatever his name is. I forgot his name. Blake or whatever his name is. John Blake to him, which is another thing I hate about his character. He's a literal Gary Sue that has no flaws whatsoever. In fact, what's funny is that I mean, just name a flaw of this motherfucker. They call him a hothead, yet he's the one that's more that's more in control of himself than any other person in the movie. Not only that, but you have the guy literally has no flaws. I mean, except for being a good cop. That's literally his only flaw, and that's not even a flaw at all.
Well, let me ask you something. Who's more of Mary Sue, him or Bella Swan?
No, he's a Gary Sue. Therefore, I can't compare I can't compare the Sues because they're two different genders. If I were to compare a Gary Sue, I would have to compare it with another Gary Sue. If I were to compare a Mary Sue, I'd have to compare it with another Mary Sue. But if you wanted me to compare Sue with Sue, I would say John Blake is a better Mary Sue, considering the fact that Bella is a Mary Sue for a stupid reason, considering the fact that the plot is written so fucking horrible that she's a stupid Mary Sue. That's the thing. She's a stupid Mary Sue. Well, John Blake is at least tolerable. You just hate him for different reasons. While Bella is just a stupid Mary Sue, where you can't with every or even if she blinks, you fucking hate her.
Well, I mean, at least John Blake's character is well acted.
Yeah, I don't have nothing against the actor. I have nothing against the actor. The actor did fine. I just hate the reason why he exists and his sole purpose in the movie. And now you guys probably hate me now.
I don't hate you. I kind of like. I think the movie's really, really good. I don't think the movie is the cat's meow, like everyone thinks.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's a good movie. It's just it's a bleh Batman movie. You see, that's what I like. The first two Nolan movies set it up so perfect that this movie comes out and that's my biggest gripe. You see. Nolan originally did not plan for a third movie, and it directly shows with this movie.
Well, he from what I heard, he did plan to do a third movie, but it was going to actually have the Joker as a main character. But when when Heath Ledger died, he decided not to do the third movie anymore, and then he was kind of like put into a position where fans would left him.
So the Joker was going to be another main villain again. I really don't see that happening, considering the fact that when you have a new movie, you have to have a new flavor.
No, there might have been a new villain, but I'm just saying he's going to be a major part of the movie, like the
kind of like Scarecrow a little bit. Even though Scarecrow's been shat upon in all three movies, in the first movie he took a back seat to Ra's al Ghul. In the second movie he was captured in one go. In the third movie the role he took was more of a role for Harvey Dent. Instead, he became sort of a guy who's sort of the guy that you don't want to put on trial. He's like, oh my God, you can make parodies out of this scene, literally. I was like, the police officers would be like, I didn't do anything. Guilty, I say. Guilty, I say. Guilty, I say.
Something that I
Guilty, death or egg cell. I didn't do anything. Guilty, guilty, death or egg cell. I'm one of your own men. Guilty, I say, death or egg cell.
Yeah.
Seriously, well, parodies out of this.
But one thing that I think I've glimmered out of it is that I think his original concept was to probably do a more faithful adaptation.
Oh, one of my favorite YouTubers is now ranting on issue 700. Awesome.
One of the things that I think I glimmered is that he probably was going to do more of a Dark Knight Returns story arc, and then when the Joker died and the Joker is integral to that storyline, he was like, ah, fuck. Okay, let's continue with that storyline, but let's fuck it up. That's what I think.
And that's sort of another problem I have with Nolan. Okay, I mean, yes, I know you have respect for Heath Ledger and all, but I think you're giving him way, you're putting too much respect to the point where you're literally undermining continuity, for fuck's sake. I mean, like, everyone out of Blackgate prison was literally bailed fucking out. And okay, now I want to know where the fuck the Joker's at.
Who's that favorite YouTuber that's doing it? Stormsync?
No, Decompose. He's a good comic book reviewer, but he's a good 101 person on a lot of multiple zones, but only with Spider-Man. The rest of the stuff he's not that good with, but with Spider-Man he's a whiz, and that's why I like about him. He's also one of the first people I subscribed on YouTube.
I don't know. I'm a fan of the movie. I fucking loved it. I loved every second of it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's a good movie. It's just a Batman movie.
I don't know. To me personally, you'll probably shit on me for saying it, but I like it better than the other two.
It's okay. It's okay. Preference can actually go a long way with someone, which I cannot argue with preference. Preference is opinion based. There's no rhyme or reason with it. If you want, if I can go on forever and say there are things that I have preference for, even though I acknowledge that they're either good or bad. I know the verdict in the end, and I know when my preference, my preference and my inner fanboyism towards it is corrupting my.
I'm a fanboy. I admit it. I am a Batman fanboy. I will love anything that comes out. I love anything that comes out of Batman. It's just except Batman and Robin, but.
It's okay. It's okay as long as you admit it's your preference. Then I got nothing against you. I admit I have some stuff that I have how do I say this an overwhelming amount of love for and an overwhelming amount of hate for. But I can tell the difference between a good or bad thing in a pop culture media. For example, people. I'll just say this right now. I do for a video game. I do not like The Legend of Zelda: Wind Waker. I do not like it. But I will admit, at the end of the day, it is a good Zelda game. In fact, it's one of the best Zelda games ever made. But it's one of the least safe.
Well, let me ask you something. You don't like it. Do you think it looks bad, or do you just not like? I'm guessing the art style is part of it. Do you think it looks bad?
That's a tiny bit. That's a teensy tiny bit.
No. But I'm asking, do you think it looks bad, or do you just not like the art style?
My opinion has changed over the years. You see, here's the thing. Okay, halfway changed over the years. Okay, when I was young, I used to thought the art style was bad until I grew. my knowledge for art grew, because here's the thing: when it comes to cartoony art, it has its advantages. Meaning it came later on. It came later on that I realized this is not a bad art style. It was intentionally made to look this way. Now I don't want to get into its advantages, but here's what I don't not like about the game. Well, okay, the very concept. It destroys what I like. It destroys. Well, I mean, it's such a broad escape from all the previous Zelda titles, and also makes the gameplay kind of suffer in my view. Because, okay, for gameplay wise, oh my god, what it literally takes to get from one island to the next. I hate to pull an irate gamer joke, but I can literally take a shit at the for the amount of time it gets to get to another fucking island. That's how long it takes for me to sail to another. And number two, my biggest gripe for the whole entire game, Hyrule is fucking flooded. And what I liked about Ocarina of Time so much is the fantasy setting of Hyrule. I literally fell in love with that land. And I mean, Ocarina of Time might be my favorite game of all time, due to nostalgia purposes.
It is my favorite game. I think it is the best game of all time, personally.
I know, exactly. See, you see, this is what. You see, for its time, it might have been one of the greatest games of all time, and that's what.
What about Grand Theft Auto 5?
I'm not finished. You see, for that time, I look at that game for its time being. So you can say I'm not being biased, but at the same time, you can say the game's very nostalgic to me, so it is kind of biased. But I also look at it for what it was during that time period, and it was actually. It was very revolutionary in itself, so at the same time not being biased. So I can't tell whether I'm being biased or not with it. But then Wind Waker comes out, and then they totally destroy the setup. They destroy this everything. It's like they wanted to end the Zelda series, and there's several ways you can keep on continuing it through multiple sequels after that. And then they just destroy the continuity from that point on. Which is why I actually like Twilight Princess and Skyward Sword a lot more, because holy shit, I enjoy flying a lot more than I do sailing. And also I just love riding Epona throughout Hyrule Field. Although I wish in Twilight Princess they would have the town's a lot more alive, but
one thing I will say about Ocarina of Time that I don't think holds up.
What go to?
The art style to me doesn't age well. I guess that might be me being a fanboy, but that's something to expect from the 64 era. So the graphics. No, I understand that. But wait. But if you have any complaints about the graphics, that's what the remake was for. Yeah. No, all I was saying that if I was going to say a nitpick to that game, that's what I would say. I'm just saying that if the art style is not perfect, but it's understandable, because Link to the Past, I think the second greatest game of all time, that game has art direction is better because it was closer to the end of a cycle. They knew how to make 2D games brilliant at that time.
Well, the thing is, the 2D graphics for that game, they made it in a way sort of timeless, and that's why they won't remake it. Same with Wind Waker. That's another advantage over the cartoony graphics. The graphics are technically timeless, and that sort of gets rid of the flaw of the graphics and Ocarina. Even though I like the graphics in Twilight Princess better, because I don't know, it just seems more artistic that way, in my point of view, and also I can take it a lot more seriously. Although Wind Waker had some dark storytelling, it just it revolved around a plot I did not like.
Okay, well, this podcast has gone on for a while. We've talked about a lot of subjects.
Yeah.
Now let's have everybody give their last minute, and then we'll get the heck out of here.
Alright, can't wait for Iron Man 3 and Thor 2.
What? Well, we were talking about The Dark Knight Rises, and I can respect what pisses me off's opinion, because now people say, oh, I just bash on opinions and I always use facts. Well, of course I'm going to use facts. I mean, that's the way I am. But that doesn't mean I'm a nostalgia Nazi. No, I just do not let it corrupt me. I do not let my I don't like to express my opinions as facts and all that other shit. I will if I have an unbiased amounts of love or hate towards something, I'll even admit that. But if you're gonna use that unbiased amount,
I can admit I'm biased when it comes to Batman. I'll be biased when it comes to Batman forever.
Hey, it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
We all have our favorite heroes. So hey.
Yeah, me too.
So Lisa, so don't worry what pisses me off. You're officially in the norm. But yeah, I'm just saying, I just try to be fair. That's all I try to be. And that's all I ever will be. Even if I have to be brutally fair.
Okay?
Yeah.
And Thor for the win.
Yeah, I want to see that. It's going to be cool.
I cannot wait for Iron Man 2 and Thor 2.
Yay, the Thor movie. People might hate me for this, but I love the Thor movie. I think it has...
Yeah, I thought it was good, too.
I thought it was a really great movie.
It had some great messages and symbolism towards it. I love that. Them being separated from each other, and then they go down different paths, and which is also ironically, they both Loki goes down the path Thor would have made if he never was exiled, and Thor goes down the path of learning what it means to actually be a leader. And those two
talk about Man of Steel. Man of Steel.
Yeah, I want something to say. I got something to say. Can I say it?
Yeah.
It feels too much like Christopher Nolan.
I don't know. I disagree.
Batman.
I disagree. This is being handled by a different director. The producer is Christopher Nolan. He's just...
I know.
The writer is the writer that wrote Batman Begins and The Dark Knight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see, Christopher Nolan is shaping it, but he's not directing it.
See, but the thing is, I think a lot of your problems come with the reason why that David Goyer did not write the screenplay for Dark Knight Rises. He didn't. Jonathan Nolan didn't.
Mm-hmm. Honestly...
David Goyer just came up with sort of the story for it.
Because people bash on me for this, but honestly, I am happy that they're making this Man of Steel movie, because it's so, like Spider-Man. This is a reboot that needed to be done. You know why? Because I'm going to say this, that's going to piss a lot of Christopher Reeve fans off, but those old Superman movies have not aged well at all.
I don't know. I still love those movies.
And not only that, and not only they have not aged well, but they've overpowered Superman to a degree that to the degree that it makes where it's either gone to the point in the comics that no one either loved and also to a and if it's not being that, it's also being convoluted and freaking stupid for the fact that, okay, you're gonna use your powers to turn the world around and then just make it spin back on its original course again. No, that would kill everyone on the frickin' planet. You fucking moron.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, Stan Lee himself, the writer Stan Lee himself for Spider-Man, has done some pseudosciences, but this is something everyone knew, even back during that frickin' time. You fucking moron! You just pulled a Deus Ex Machina on us.
I don't know. I'm really looking forward to Man of Steel, though. It's really, it should be really good.
Indeed. We're actually having Man of Steel go up against, I forgot his name, but he's like
Zod.
Yeah, Zod. He's not just a regular Krypton like Superman was. This guy's like a general. He's like a Marine. And this is now picture this: you, a regular person, fighting a Marine or a soldier. That doesn't bode well for Superman. That's what's going to increase the stakes of this.
Yep.
Awesome shit.
And like, I've even heard that Christopher Nolan has said himself that this is not my movie. This has nothing to do with those movies. This is Zack Snyder's movie. You know, all he did was, he's kind of like the godfather of the movie. He's like watching over what they're doing. You know what I mean? He's like their boss. They answer to him. But he didn't really come up with anything, though. Like, he did, sort of, I guess.
Well, picture this. Christopher Nolan, the producer, and Zack Snyder for directing the movie. In my opinion, that is a combination made in frickin' heaven.
Yeah.
Those two, besides Mark Webb, have made the best comic movies thus fucking far. They're doing this and they're making this combination for which is the flagship of all superheroes in history of all superhero comics ever. Awesome fucking shit. Now, I mean, granted, Zack Snyder made an okay Watchmen, but
I enjoyed it.
But you told me you hate it. But
a long time ago, like fucking 4 years ago. But I rewatched it. I enjoy it now.
Yeah. He made an okay Watchmen, The type of, it's not that accurate to the comics. They deviated from some very important stuff, but they made it in such a way where they give the book some reread value, and I love that. They've actually did something to make Watchmen very fucking memorable, and I love that. And they got that director who made 300 and Watchmen, and they had him combine his team effort with the guy that made the first two good Batman movies until Rises Blood. I like to skip that out.
What's up that you think about Rises?
What do I like? What do I like about The Dark Knight Rises? Okay.
Yeah.
I gotta think of something.
Good acting?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Good. Okay. I'll get to that.
You don't like Miranda Tate's death.
Wait. I'll get to the acting in a moment because I'm mixed with that. Okay. What I do like about Dark Knight Rises, again, Catwoman. He actually got a character right about Catwoman. I'm like, yes, they actually got Catwoman right. The problem is that she really had no spot in this movie, but they got her character right. I'm like, yeah, they did that. And I like the machine.
What about Bane?
And they got the machine called the Bat. That was very good. So props to that.
Did you like Bane?
No. I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. I don't. Again, I'm sorry. I just felt they didn't do him justice. They made him into another lackey and a pedophile.
I thought he was just physically fucking dominating every time he was on the screen. He took the damn screen every time.
Well, that's my point. He is. Physically, he was physically dominating. That's what they portrayed him as. He's 8 pounds of fucking meat. You don't want to fuck with this guy. You can literally do iron. You can do iron on his head, on his abs. You don't want to fuck with this motherfucker. But that's seemingly all he was. Was in the movie. He was just following. I mean. Okay. Now you might think. Okay. You might think throughout the movie. Okay, he's just a carbon copy of the Joker again. But then you later on figure out throughout the whole movie, he's just another lackey for Talia al Ghul.
He's not like the Joker.
Well, okay. He's not like the Joker. Okay. Argue with this. He does the most simplest thing to bring Gotham back into utter chaos once again. While with the Joker, at least with the Joker has more meaning because chaos completely, utterly circles his personality. But with Bane, it seems like when they introduced him in, they had to figure out some way to make the stakes more higher, and they kind of just did that just for plot convenience, so to speak. But then again, that doesn't mean. Okay, you're setting him up to be this very convoluted villain, and then all of a sudden, then next thing you know, in the movie, it's revealed that Talia al Ghul is the whole puppeteer.
What it reminded me of
What?
was, like, you know how in Batman Begins, Scarecrow was, like, the main focal point, we thought he was the villain, then at the end, we find out it was really Ra's al Ghul, and then Katie Holmes just pushes him aside. Felt like that to me. It felt like that to me. It felt like they were just, you know what I mean? They wanted to build Talia al Ghul. They wanted to build her in a small way.
But the difference with that is that Scarecrow is not this major villain in comics. He doesn't have this major arc. He's not like this infinitely, he's a V-villain.
But we have to think beyond that, Goku. You see, even in Batman Begins, even when he was getting the main focus, he was not accomplishing a lot. In fact, believe it or not, Falcone was actually, and the mobs were actually technically at that point, even while he had the spotlight, a bigger villain than him. In fact, before Falcone was thrown towards Scarecrow, Scarecrow was even fearing him until Falcone was thrown into his hands. You see, even while he had the spotlight on him, the Scarecrow was still being betrayed as a secondary villain.
I guess so. I guess you're right.
Being caught up in all the mayhem that was going on throughout Gotham.
You know what else I liked about it though? I liked all the small subtle things that if you rewatch it, there's a lot of small subtle things that give you hints of a lot of shit in the movie.
And they did do that in Begins, where they were talking to a guy on the phone. They don't know who it is until you later figure out it's Ra's.
Yeah. But, what was really fucking cool was, John Blake. I know you don't like him. I know you hate him. But to me, I liked the character. I thought he was really relatable for some reason.
He was okay. I enjoyed the way he is.
I personally can't relate with him because that dude literally has no flaws whatsoever.
I mean, no, he does have flaws. He killed. You know what I mean? He killed somebody and then fucking...
all the cops killed. The thing is, all the cops killed somebody in that movie, especially when that big war came out. The only flaw he has is the fact that he's a good cop, and that's not even a flaw. The reason why he had to kill is because it was necessary, and that's what cops do in their everyday routines.
No, but when he did that, he saw that it was wrong, and that was one of his, arcs. He had, a lot of them in the movie. Then he throws his badge, sort of how he throws Bruce Wayne threw the gun away in Batman Begins. It was like he was having, his own origin throughout the movie and leading up to why he's Batman later on.
But he already told his origin to Bruce when he told him direct on that I know you're Batman. I'm like, so what? Is this guy having two fucking origins? And not only this guy is portraying himself as perfect, but right now he's having flaws with everyday routines that cops go through. So you're saying that this guy never really pulled the trigger at a person as of yet.
Well, he was a rookie. He was a rookie cop at that point.
But this also leads up to the ladder. Where Bruce is just handing over his cape and cowl towards them. I was like, you're going to give your cape and cowl to an inexperienced cop. Great strategy, Bruce.
Yeah, but see, the point was that the will to act. Even friggin' Ra's al Ghul said it in Batman Begins that it was his father's fault that they died, and he's like, but I had training, and he's like, your training is nothing, the will is everything. You could still do something with the will to act. That's what John Blake had.
The will helps out with the training. You see,
yeah, but still, he still, Ra's al Ghul still thinks that his father could have did something, even if he didn't have training.
The will is the sharp end of the spear. You need the rod in order to punctuate the spear. Face it, if Bruce Wayne never got that training, he would not be the Batman that he was in the
He could still get training anyway. Bruce is not dead. He can always come back, or he can go to him and train with him there. I don't know. Or maybe he's not even done being Batman. Maybe he's just on vacation.
He would never even thought up. He would not even thought up Batman if it wasn't for the training.
Okay, let me ask you this, XM. What if Superman? No, Superman. Batman. Christopher Nolan Batman. Like, what's that guy? Christopher Reeves or something? That guy you guys hate?
Christopher Reeves? What they got him for Superman?
Yeah.
He's too freaking old to play Superman now.
No, not him, the other guy.
No, Christopher Reeves, there's another problem with Christopher Reeves playing Superman.
Oh, yeah, wait. I thought he was Superman. Oh, he's dead? Wow, okay. No, but anyways, but Edgar is like, oh, that other guy. You mean from Superman Returns?
No, not that. I'm talking about the guy who's going to be Batman.
John Blake?
John Blake, yeah.
You want
to be Superman?
You want me to...
No. No, I heard he's going to show up as Batman.
Oh, in Justice League, yeah.
Yeah, that was a false rumor. That's a false rumor.
It's still going to happen.
Wait, it's not going to happen.
No, it's not going to happen.
I think it's going to happen. Yo, it's going to happen.
It is going to happen. I mean, there's no question about it.
Yeah,
no question about it other than the fact that they said it was false.
Okay, wait. They may have said it was false, but it's still going to happen.
Here's the thing. I've been looking up a lot of info on the Justice League movie because I'm being pissed about that movie. Because here's the thing.
Even make that movie to begin with. They should just make a world's finest movie. But whatever.
Yeah, like Superman, Batman.
Wait, guys. You see, here's what I'm pissed off about. They make you see, you know how they made the Avengers movie? They make each character, and they establish each character for the wider audience.
Sorry to interrupt you, but they want to do something different. They want to, like, what they were originally going to do before this whole John Blake thing came out was that they were going to have all the characters in one movie, and that's what introduces these characters to have their own reason.
Yeah, but don't know what pissed me off. I hate to disagree with you. None of people today don't know half of these fuckers.
Besides, exactly.
No. But that's what introduces them for them to make their movies. We see them and we're like, oh, who is that? I want to know more about that character. So then that's the
point. You see, there can be a positive. There can be a positive side of that spectrum, but there's also a negative side of that there's a positive side of that spectrum, but there's more of a negative side of that spectrum because you see, not knowing who these characters are is going to hurt the movie because no one is not going to know.
Well, we already got Hal Jordan. You have Ryan Reynolds. Just put him in fucking Justice League.
I really don't want him.
Wait! I'm not done yet. You see, you don't just add characters for only the fans. You have to keep in mind the wider audiences, and that's what the Avengers did right. They implied the wider audiences as well as the fans, and they marketed towards both. And it's no wonder it became the colossal hit it's going to be. And with Justice League, they said you see, the reason why they're doing this is because they abandoned trying to do that a long time ago. And now that Avengers finally came out, they're like, shit, yes, we can do this. But we don't want to waste our time just developing the characters or anything. We're just going to stick with the movie because we're going to hope that the fans know what these are. And in the end, it's probably going to make the movie suffer. And we're going to develop the characters backwards.
I don't know. I'm hoping that I hope that the people that say that it's going to be bad are wrong. Nothing against you. I hope it's going to be a good movie.
wait, okay, I'm almost done. Hang on. And we're also going to develop the characters backwards by having movies after the Justice League movie, and hopefully develop for a sequel for the Justice League movie afterwards. And also that just to hopefully challenge the Avengers movie. We're gonna put in Darkseid. I'm like, that's what really set me off, because here's the thing. Darkseid is a villain that you put at the end of a trilogy. You see, if you want to do a Justice League movie right, you put Brainiac in first, because Brainiac is a team villain. And the only reason they're making this Justice League movie is because Mark did something that the people the people making this Justice League movie failed to do a long time ago, and after they finally did it, that they're trying to bank on it when the Marvel movies are taking their time with it, and also doing very well with what material they have after what they set
Avengers
up.
was a really good movie.
Indeed. Yeah. And it single-handedly made their own universe. You see, they just like when George...
I have to say this, it's better than The Dark Knight Rises.
Yes.
I disagree.
I 10 times better than The Dark Knight.
I'm on John's side for this one.
But what's awesome about the Avengers movies is beyond the movie, it made its own fictional universe. Like Star Wars, that trilogy made its own separate universe. It took on a life of its own, and now the Avengers did that.
Let me ask you a question.
Marvel's gonna go far with this franchise.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Do you think that they should just keep Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man alive and just have him be the Spider-Man in the Avengers movies?
Yes.
Oh! No, but let me just say why. Because then you could have these movies, these new reboots, standing on their own, and then you don't have to discard something that you just did.
Why not just not have Spider-Man in this series?
Well, I don't know. I like to see Spider-Man. Avengers.
Well, there's three problems with that. One, that Tobey Maguire's presence will give a lot more feedback towards the older movies, which they spend enough time, they're throwing enough money to cancel too, which will most likely having to result in them trying to continue the franchise when they spend enough time trying to cancel it, so they're going to use money to somehow to start to revive it, which would be a financial disaster in a bankrupt economy right now. So that'll be a disaster. And number two, Toby was I
know you don't like him as Spider-Man, but I did.
I'm gonna be hated on this, but Toby was a really half-assed Spider-Man to begin with.
I'm not gonna hate on you, but I liked him.
It's okay. A lot of people seem to like him.
I like both, but I do like Andrew Garfield better.
I'd rather have Andrew Garfield, if I'm saying his name wrong, I apologize, but I'd rather have him as Spider-Man in the Avengers.
I wish, but there's information that there might be a chance that the director does not want him in the Avengers because looking at Joss Whedon's directing career, he's a bit of a control freak, and he might have actually rejected the Oscorp building being in the Avengers at the last moment. However, and also number two, Mark Webb doesn't have that much interest in having Spider-Man being in the Avengers movie, considering the fact that he feels there's a lot of stories about Peter Parker that need to be told.
Did you like the Lizard in Amazing Spider-Man?
Yeah. Way more than Doc Ock. And
I didn't like the Lizard.
But here's the thing. What people seem to not realize is that the untold story. They think they just put that in there for no reason. No. You see, the whole title is The Untold Story.
What is that noise?
Anyways, the full title is The Untold Story Begins, meaning they're setting up for the untold story. You see, it's not supposed to be summed up in this whole entire movie. And number three, and number, actually no, well, this is the latter. Maybe the Amazing Spider-Man might go for the Avengers, however.
Dude, whoever's making that noise, please.
Anyways, who knows? There is a possibility that Mark Webb might want to concede and maybe have Spidey do a spin-off in the Infinity Gauntlet, maybe, because this is going to be like this is like $1 billion freaking franchise that's in the making. You want to decide on that? Shit. You got some balls there.
Yeah,
okay, so we've had this very long podcast.
Yeah.
4 hours, isn't it?
Yeah, it's going on 4 hours. So, if I say last comment again, I think we'll be going on for another hour. So,
okay, before we go, what film are you looking forward to in 2013?
Man of Steel.
Iron Man 3.
Amazing Spider-Man 2.
No, wait, no, that's in 2014.
Yeah.
Well,
That would be
they
fucking
said
awesome if it came out then, though.
they said that 2013, but we know it's going to be delayed. But I'm gonna go for the latter. If they don't get out in 13, that's okay.
Okay. Thor.
So, or Captain America: Winter Soldier.
That's
I'm not seeing 2 films, probably Dragon Ball Z and Man of Steel. So.
Dragon Ball Z: Battle of the Gods.
Yeah.
That'll be cool.
I'm looking forward to that too.
I'm looking forward to Man of Steel.
I want to watch it in theaters in 3D, man. In IMAX, man.
That would be awesome if that would never happen, though.
That would be sweet. Dude, release it on the theaters. Dude, on Dragon Ball Z, damn, that would be awesome.
Alright, let's end this though then.
This was Goku 471.
What pisses me off, 710?
SSJ, TJB 1992.
The infamous X-Fan.
And the Psycho Surgeon.
We'll see you next time, YouTube.
Bye.